very good morning, Sanbonani Dumelang Bakhaye. Welcome to it, your feel-good breakfast show. We're live, large and in charge. It's a Thursday morning, and whose Thursday morning is it? G-Funk Delicious.
It's yours. It's not ours. I wish it's actually ours too. It's everybody's.
Everybody's Thursday morning. It's great to welcome you to the start of a brand new day. Great to see you, brother, man.
I know. We're going to be rocking it this morning. This morning we're going to be focusing on our pets.
Yeah.
From our special gadgets that we add underneath the Christmas tree.
Yep.
And looking after your pet's way. Have you got pets?
I don't. And you? No,
I had pets. I have. Yeah,
not right now.
Yeah, but we've got a child now. We're getting the. You know what? We're saving it up. When she's 1 or 2 years old, she's going to be begging for a pet. We cash in then.
Exactly. And then, of course, very exciting news. SABC has a whole new world to explore with their latest app called SABC Plus, where you can find out even more about all of the entertainment that is on offer. So stay tuned to find out about all of that and more. But the next 3 hours are going to be exciting. I think I've got a feeling
high energy.
Today might just be the very best show we've ever had.
Stay tuned.
All right, let's find out. Hang on a minute. Hang on a minute. Is this going to be the best show we have ever had? Probably. Probably is. No, it definitely is. It's almost the weekend. We're feeling the feels. We've had the most amazing week, so thank you so much for making your contribution throughout this week. All of our amazing guests, and we're going to continue on that trend, although we're going to take the edge off a little bit and, yes, focus, as the gent said, on our fur babies this morning. We've got some amazing tech that might find its way into a Christmas stocking or under a Christmas tree or two. But we want to hear from you guys. We want to get to the meat of this relationship that you share with a wonderful four-legged friend of yours. And we want to find out, what is your pet's, your fur baby's favorite accessory or toy? What is that thing? Is it a little blankie? Is it a ball that's been chewed on for 2 decades? What is that one thing that you know your pet cannot do without? Maybe it's some fancy new tech as well. Maybe it's a dustbin that your cat rides around the room. We'd love to see, but we need proof. We need videos, we need pictures, and you can drop us a voice note as well on our WhatsApp line, 063 408 8863. I'm going to have to do another test. Is this going to be the best show ever? No doubt. No doubt.
Thanks a lot, Graham, for that. The time has gone 2 minutes past 6 o'clock, and a time right now for us to reflect on the morning headlines. On the national news front, the chairperson of Parliament's Standing Committee on Public Accounts, Mkhuleko Hlengwa, says it is high time that corrupt politicians and high-profile directors of companies end up behind bars. The National Prosecuting Authority, the NPA, the Hawks, and the Special Investigation Unit, the SIU, informed the committee yesterday of progress made with investigations into corruption of state institutions. Now, 34 cases involving some 1.4 billion rand are being investigated at Eskom, the SAA, and other entities. NPA Chief Shamila Batohi suggested that high-level strategies to combat organized crime should be developed. Meanwhile, business owners with properties in the proximity of the Bloemhof Dam and the Vaal River and at Bloemhof in the northwest are counting their losses. This after several property owners downstream were warned to evacuate following the flooded Vaal River and the Bloemhof Dam overflowing. Now, 8 sluice gates of the Vaal Dam were opened since the weekend after enormous water inflows due to recent torrential rain. The Vaal River has submerged dozens of properties, causing damage amounting to many thousands of rand. The Bloemhof Dam is currently at 111% capacity. Reflecting on international headlines this morning, donors need to provide cash now to save lives and not wait for famine to be declared in parts of East Africa, where tens of millions of people are going hungry, the head of International Rescue Committee, the IRC, said on Tuesday. Now, Ethiopia, Kenya, and Somalia are experiencing their worst drought in 40 years. I would implore the International Committee not to be frozen waiting for declaration, IRC President David Miliband said after a visit to the region. Now, he said only America had increased its financial support for East Africa. In other news, U.S. space agency NASA has launched its most powerful ever rocket from Cape Canaveral in the state of Florida. The 100-meter-tall Artemis climbed skyward in a stupendous mix of light and sound. Its objective was to hurl an astronaut capsule in the direction uncrewed for the particular flight, but if everything goes well, there will be people aboard for future missions to the lunar surface. Now, 2 previous launch attempts in August and September were aborted during countdown because of technical woes. And then finally, Kenyan TV journalist Alvin Kaunda was filming a piece to camera from a baby elephant orphanage in the south of the country when all of a sudden he felt an inquisitive tap on his shoulder. It was one of the group of baby elephants immediately to his rear, which had come up very quietly behind him, placing its trunk on his shoulder and running it searchingly over his face. Kaunda wasn't in the very least phased. He tried to continue, but then ducked away and burst out laughing. He then casually continued his report on Kenya's broadcasting cooperation on the way that baby elephants at the orphanage were being looked after during the present devastating drought affecting countries in the Horn of Africa. Kenya's Wildlife and Tourism Ministry says that climate change is presently a bigger threat to elephant conservation than poaching. But let's face it, the reporter was totally upstaged by a cheeky baby elephant that indeed has a nose or a trunk for the news, one might say. Well, that's it for the news right now. We'll take another look at 7 o'clock right now. Here's a first look at the sporting headlines with Graham.
Good morning, Kat. So much about the World Cup. The focus firmly set on Qatar right now. Let's start right there, in fact, with Argentina looking pretty good. They warmed up for their World Cup campaign with a 5-0 hammering of the United Arab Emirates in Abu Dhabi. That was yesterday, as a brace from Angel Di Maria and goals from Julian Alvarez, Lionel Messi and Joaquin Correa extended their unbeaten run now to 36 games. That's the kind of message you want to send. And Argentina will face Saudi Arabia in their opener on November the 22nd before matches up against Mexico and Poland in a pretty tough Group C. Meanwhile, Cristiano Ronaldo is suffering from a stomach bug and will be left out of the team's World Cup warm-up match up against Nigeria later this evening. Staying with footballing news, not the kind that we like to report on, Brentford striker Ivan Toney has been charged by the Football Association with 232 alleged breaches of betting rules. So the alleged breaches took place between the 25th of February of 2017 and then the 23rd of January of 2021. Toney scored 10 Premier League goals this season but missed out on a place in England's World Cup squad. And Toney has until the 24th of this month to respond to the FA charges. Then, of course, onto tennis. It's all wrapping up this year. One man who's doing it in style, Novak Djokovic, secured a spot in the last 4 of the season-ending finals with a 6-4, 6-1 win over old foe Rublev. Now his second straight sets victory in as many matches as well. Having beaten Stefanos Tsitsipas in his first Red Group match on Monday, the Serb is now guaranteed a spot in the last 4, regardless of his result on Friday up against Daniil Medvedev. And then Djokovic also confirmed he has received a visa to travel to Melbourne to play in the 2023 Australian Open. That was, of course, after very notably missing out on this year's tournament when he was deported over his vaccine status. Then this story continues to evolve and we love it. Let's turn to golf now. And Spanish star Jon Rahm, the latest to lend his voice, he has blasted the restructured point system of the official World Golf Ranking, or the OWGR, calling it, quote, laughable, adding that he was in favor of awarding world ranking points to live golf tournaments. So the new OWGR system, which came into effect on August the 9th this year, has divided opinions among players and fans as well. While it's based on a more scientific base, which detailed calculations like the strength of the field, the shots gained taken into consideration before every tournament, it is skewed heavily towards the PGA Tour. So as I always say, we will always watch that space very closely. Likewise, the weather front, it's a brand new day. Let's see what the weather has in store in terms of the latest global weather news and those temperatures here in SA.
Well, G, we'll keep it local just to begin with on this morning. The South African Weather Service has again warned of severe thunderstorms with heavy downpours and possible large hail, damaging winds and excessive lightning, and this time expected along the escarpment of Mpumalanga as well as in the southeastern parts of the Highveld. Meanwhile, the Department of Water and Sanitation says that there was a huge improvement in water levels in the country's dams due to the recent rainfall in most parts. Water levels have improved from last week's 89.8% compared to this week's 96.6%. The integrated Vaal River system, which consists of 14 dams in 4 provinces, is at 101.2% this week, a notable improvement from last week's 93.3%. The Vaal Dam at 106.9% 96.4%, is now at full capacity compared to last week's 91.3%. And other provinces have also experienced a significant increase in their water levels, including the Free State to 107.5%. However, the Western Cape saw a decrease to 67.8% this week from last week's 69.3%. Well, from the weather news, we now head on over to those beautiful sunrise views that you sent to us. Michael Kusal from Kraaifontein captured this stunning violet-infused shot before heading out to work. Thank you very much for that. Owen Granger from Lakeside shared his view of the sun peaking just over the mountain between the tall trees. We love to see that. Vivian Kleinhans snapped this shot from her driveway while enjoying some Earl Grey tea, rather. And then Gary Okamp, who captured this orange-filled view of the sun sneaking over the ocean from out in the distance, reflecting over the water onto the shoreline. This all the way out in East London. What a beautifully captured picture. Thank you so much. We've also got one from Eunice Summersell, who shared this nature-infused shot of the tall trees swaying in the wind as the sun peeks through them. This out in Rand Park Ridge. We really do appreciate those. Please keep them coming, whether they be in video format or in picture format. Send them through to our WhatsApp line 063 408 8863. A look at the temperatures this morning reveals that Polokwane will see a low of 17 and a high of 31. Mbombela 18 to 32. Pretoria 16 to 29 and Johannesburg 15 to 29. Out in the northwest, Mahikeng, a low of 19 will rise to a maximum of 33. Klerksdorp, 17 to 33. Kimberley, 17 to 33. And Bloemfontein, 12 to 31. Out in Richards Bay, your low of 21 will rise to a high of 26. In Pietermaritzburg, temperatures will range between 15 and 27. Durban, 21 to 27. Mthatha, 12 to 25. In East London, that high percentage of chance surely might mean rain for your day with a low of 15 and a high of 22. Cradock 11 and 29, Gqeberha 16 to 21, and George a low of 13 rising to a high of 16. In Cape Town, a low of 12 will see maximum temperatures of 20 degrees. Worcester 8 to 29, Sutherland 6 to 26, and Uppington 17 to a scorching 36 degrees Celsius. But as always, no matter what the weather looks like in your part of the country, here's to hoping it's going to be an absolutely fantastic Thursday morning.
All the way in Gqeberha. Beautiful.
I like that.
Hey?
I like that.
Wasn't a 6 that got hit just a moment ago. I love it. I love it when we get amazing performers on the show, but I love it when we get a young man with an old soul. And this guy cannot wait to introduce himself, and we cannot wait to connect with him and see him perform. Byron Mckeith is here for you today. Look at that guy. So good looking, man.
And then after that, we're going to be going back to classics and cooking a classic stir-fried chicken. Graham's going to be doing that, and I'm sure you're going to be cooking that for somebody on set. Not for me.
Really? No, of course.
I don't trust your cooking.
Maybe for you. But you can cook along, and we will start in just a moment. Stick around.
We got you covered. 24-hour long wear. New skincare and ingredients. Better skin by the day. Diverse shades. Transfer resistant and waterproof. For all skin. For every life. New Color Stay Longwear Makeup.
Crush is about to unlock your 100%. On this exciting new TV show, you can realize your potential and live your dreams.
I dream of cooking in a 5-star restaurant.
I dream of singing to the world.
Buy any crush and share a video of why it should be you to our WhatsApp line or upload it on our socials, tagging Clover Crush and hashtag Crush. Plus, you stand a chance to win your share of 500,000 rands worth of prizes. Crush, 100% goodness.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. This is your Feel Good Breakfast Show, Expresso, here on S3 at the start of a brand new day. Now, with the feathers of vocalist, model, actor firmly in his hat, today's featured artist Byron Mckeith is no stranger to the entertainment industry. In fact, his vocal chops have seen him on stages such as SA's Got Talent at the Baxter Theatre. And to top it all off, he also boasts an International Pearson Performing Arts Diploma and a Fleur de Cap Theatre Award to boot. Let's take a quick little taste at some of his talents.
Go easy on me, baby. I was still a child. I didn't get a chance to feel the world around me. Had no time to choose what I chose to do. So
Adele was found shaking. Ladies and gentlemen, Africa Buraka Bupara, give it up! Byron Mckeith is in the studio. Celebrate, Yululate. Great to have you with us.
Yes, thank you so much for having
Good morning
me.
to you.
Thank you.
I was about to ask, was that yesterday? Because the outfit.
No, I'm just trying to, keep it through.
Consistency. I love that. I love that. But welcome to the show. And
Thank you so much.
almost like welcome back home as well, because you've just spent the past 5 months, you were telling me, out in Mallorca in Spain.
Yes.
Where you performed some 150 plus shows, basically a show every single day for an hour and a half. What was that experience like?
Rewarding.
Yeah?
Extremely rewarding.
Tiring?
Tiring to an extent, but you grow so much as a performer and an artist. And I think going out into the wild world and sort of not knowing what to expect, and then you get there, obviously with a polished show, getting
Yes.
But I think every performer should try and do this once in their lives.
How did that opportunity come about? Because you had the opportunity while you were there to be performing in front of various crowds at different spots and venues. How did you come about that opportunity?
It's a funny story, actually. Back in 2017, I tried auditioning for the same job, but I was much younger.
Okay.
And then last year, I was fortunate enough to audition for them again. And then thereafter, I was sort of blessed with the opportunity to go work on that side.
That's incredible.
So it's just sort of the universe, and I was studying still in 2021?
2022 now, and you're starting back.
Yeah. And a year ago, we spoke about where you want to be, and I said, I'm not sure, but I want to work overseas, either on a boat or on a stage somewhere, but not in SA. And somehow it just sort of, came together. And I left, and it was just a marvelous experience, and I absolutely loved it.
Yeah, perhaps a story that a lot of young and upcoming musicians can relate to. Take us back to where it all began, your love and your passion for the stage and for performing. Where did it all start?
I think my mom introduced musicals to us back in the day. Me and my brother, we're quite a musical family.
Yeah.
And I think it started with movies. And I was one of those kids when my teacher asked me, what do you want to become? I was always an actor, a singer, or a dancer,
Wow.
Those are the three. And obviously, presenter as well. I've always wanted to be a presenter.
Wow.
But sort of dwelled into performing arts, and I can't picture my life without it. I think it's something that everybody needs. It's something that the world needs, and I can't picture my life without doing what I'm currently doing.
One of your talents that you have kind of conveniently left out, which we hope to possibly put through your paces this morning, is your talent in the culinary arts. You're quite a virtuoso in the kitchen, I understand.
Another one that my mom sort of introduced.
Go, Mom!
She used to bake every Sunday, and once upon a time she just stopped. And then I was like, but I love cake, let's make one. And then, it sort of just started from there, and I started trying different recipes. And I think I'm one of those people, when I put my mind to something, I just try and go for it.
Yes,
you know?
yes.
And that's what happened with the cakes as well.
Okay.
Cakes, food, whatever you want to call it. So yeah, it's just something that I really love doing also, and it's just a little bit of an escape if I'm not on stage.
So with all of those talents at your disposal, what are you looking at in the next 5 years, if I could ask you to help us picture that for you? What does it look like?
Yeah, in the next 5 years, I'll be 30.
Okay.
And I'm sort of trying to work my way up to the West End and Broadway. That's what I would love to do.
That is lovely. Any shows that you'd ideally love to be a part of?
I was fortunate to do Cats as part of my final year examination at the Baxter, and absolutely fell in love with Monk and Strap. But there are a few other shows that I'd love to do. Chicago. I'd love to do The Lion King.
Yes.
And there's so many others, Mary Poppins as well. So there's quite a large amount of shows that I'd like to do, but I'm giving myself up until 30. I think, you know, that's a good age to step onto the Broadway stage and sort of just find my feet.
Well, hopefully my first time at Broadway going to watch Hamilton will be featuring you, sir.
Yes.
Come on, claim it. We're super excited to have you here and cannot wait for those live performances, as I'm sure that you're excited as well. Make sure that you do not miss out on your Feel Good Breakfast show.
While those Broadway producers start researching Mr. Mckeith and he warms up his vocals, here is our opening act, and it's red hot.
Get the new Samsung Galaxy Z Flip 4 on a 600-minute red core more voice plan. Plus, get a free hotel voucher. Further together, Vodacom.
Further together, indeed. We want you to experience Red and unlock more with Vodacom Red this summer. There are some amazing rewards and benefits that simply cannot be missed when you switch and unlock summer. So Vodacom is the first telecommunications company in Africa to offer Prime Video Mobile Edition, and they've just announced that all the new and exciting and upgrading customers are now eligible to subscribe to Prime Video or Prime Video Mobile Edition regardless of price plan, whether prepaid or contract.
I know, I'm very excited. Prime Video is it's a great platform. Watching Peripheral at the moment, the brand new one, Lord of the Rings, the Rings of Power.
The Rings of, I absolutely love it. There seems to be a trend at the moment, all of these amazing stories that we wished we had seen. So these offshoot stories, a bit more background, especially in the universe of Tolkien's incredible. You know, he's the highest grossing person of all time when it comes to entertainment because of the Lord of the Rings. Yeah, and I'm sure the One Ring has something to do with it.
I went to the Eagle Child in Oxford, the bar. I sat at the table where him and C.S. Lewis would discuss Narnia and Lord of the Rings, Super nerd.
Oh, my word. We are super nerds, and we're here for that. And now I get to hand this over to another little super nerd emerging. So my son is absolutely crazy about Sonic at the moment. So Sonic Boom is, we are going literally from episode 1 through the entire season. So we generally have to take breaks in between so he can then act out everything that he's watched. And then I've got to play a particular role. So this is how I stay fit in my life. Absolutely love it. And then, of course, Linz and I can balance it out because there is some very adult content on Prime Video as well, which is great because you want to be able to balance that out when you spend most of your day listening to like Cocomelon and things like that. So I absolutely love it, dude.
Yeah, and it's great. Prime Video Mobile Edition is a single device, mobile-only Prime Video subscription where customers benefit from Prime Video's full catalog of thousands of movies and TV series available on multiple devices. You can stream original content or download and watch later in standard definition with the Prime Video app on your mobile phone, which is great for when you're commuting or when you're flying and you want to have it on the go, and because you can download it, you don't have to use your data on the road, you can download it at home.
And watch it whenever,
watch it whenever.
Or you can just watch it in another room while your kids are watching something on the TV.
I see.
That's, I'm just speaking, you're going to get there, buddy. You're going to get there soon. Just...
Oh, wait, there's a parenting hacks.
I really are, okay? I'm not telling you which room you end up watching it in, but you will be watching it in another room.
In the corner crying.
But here's the deal. Sign up as a prepaid customer and get a 30-day free trial with 10 gigs of data, then 3 gigs thereafter for only 59 Rand per month. That is incredible. Or you can sign up as a contract customer and then get 3 months on Vodacom thereafter, only paying 79 Rand per month. Incredible.
That is incredible. To sign up to Prime Video Mobile Edition through Vodacom, simply visit voda.com/Prime Video. T's and C's apply.
As always, and with Vodacom Summer, you are not just a player, you're always a champion. So switch to Red and do it now and unlock summer. And of course, stand a chance to win your share in 500 million rand in cash and rewards. Should have opened with that, eh?
Don't miss out! Save big and unlock up to 75% off this November with Vodacom's Black Friday deals when you switch or upgrade on selected Red plans. That's right! Get 15 gigs anytime data, 15 gigs night owl data, and unlimited minutes on a Red VIP 30 gig SIM-only plan for just 699 Rand per month. You'll get 12,000 Rand off. Plus, there's more hot deals available in-store and online. T's and C's apply. Further together. Vodacom.
Oh, you can make my day.
Stand a chance of winning 10,000 Rand with Play.coza when you watch Tropica Island of Treasure. Simply SMS PLAY to 41191 or scan this QR code and follow the steps to enter. You could be winning your own treasure of 10,000 Rand. T's and C's apply and can be found on Play.coza. Let's play with Play.coza.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. It is your feel-good breakfast show. It's a Thursday morning, and I hope that you are certainly feeling good. But gee, are you feeling lucky this morning?
I am.
Yeah?
I am. I'm feeling lucky. I'm feeling lucky to be alive, to be young, to be here.
To be young?
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
I'm young. I'm young. Don't take that away. I don't feel lucky anymore.
No, it's all good. It's all good. Listen, the festive season is, of course, upon us. It's officially here. And Citro Soda, in proud association with Adcock Ingram OTC, sponsors of Brave, is giving you the chance to win 2,000 Rand cash daily by answering the weekly competition question on our social pages.
Now, this week we wanted to hear about the bubbliest person that you know and what makes them so bubbly. I was going to say Kadlech is the bubbliest person I know.
Okay, I appreciate that. But you're not allowed to enter, though, because
I can't. Somebody else is going to enter.
Yeah, absolutely. And we have a lucky winner this morning, which happens to be, drum roll, please. Thank you, Grant. Martha Mataling Sitiba. Congratulations. The studio is celebrating you, Martha. Martha had a very, very interesting message to say about the bubbliest person that she knows. She said, the bubbliest person I know is my sister's son, Kaugelo. He talks for days and dishes compliments to everyone like nobody's business. I don't remember seeing him angry, and if he does, it doesn't last. Hashtag Citro Soda. We love that, hey?
We do. And we have a surprise for you because we've got her on the line right now.
Good morning, Martha. Well done. Congratulations. You are the winner.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
How does it feel to be a winner this Thursday morning?
It feels great. Like, yeah.
He helped you to win 2,000 Rand.
I will. And I'm getting something for him, at least some Christmas gift to Nyana.
Ooh. What are you thinking of getting him?
A car, maybe a toy car. I'm sure he'll love it.
That is absolutely lovely.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
So what do you love the most about Citro Soda and why?
I love the fact that, we have days where we overindulge in sugary stuff and things that we shouldn't. So in those days, it helps us with indigestion. It helps us with heartburn. So yeah, Citro Soda is always there for us in those days.
Absolutely love it. Martha, I hope that you have a wonderful festive season with Kaugelo and the rest of the family. Be blessed, and thank you so much for entering the competition.
Thank you.
Thanks, Martha. So make the most of your festive season and celebrate without the fear of heartburn or indigestion, because the fear is large.
Now, of course, Roger, reach for relief and try an over-the-counter product like Citro Soda to relieve symptoms of heartburn and indigestion, as you've just heard from Martha. Citro Soda is in a proud association with Adcock Ingram OTC, sponsors of Brave, and of course is available in original and cranberry flavor too.
Oh, cranberry. And don't forget, you stand the chance to win 2,000 Rand every single day, just like Martha. And here's how.
Make the most of your festive season and celebrate without the fear of heartburn or indigestion spoiling it. Citro Soda's daily giveaway of 2,000 Rand cash will let you fizz up your fun. Citro Soda is in proud association with Adcock Ingram OTC, sponsors of Brave. Enter every Monday to Friday, November 14th to December 16th.
Yeah, and answer the weekly competition question on the Expresso Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram page, and include the hashtag Citro Soda. Now, your T's and C's can be found on expressoshow.com, and that's Citro Soda, available in original and cranberry.
Oh, we love being inspired by you guys, our awesome viewers. So shout out for this next recipe goes to you, Rita.
Clover's range of margarines and spreads. Classic spread. Mama Bake.
Margie, how do you know what we like?
I know someone who knows.
Spread the Margie love.
Made with love by Clover.
So recently we asked you guys what you would cook with just 5 ingredients, and Rita Lint commented that a chicken stir-fry would be her go-to dish. Brilliant idea. And we couldn't agree more. And this flavorful dish with the Asian inspiration takes less than 20 minutes to make, probably even quicker, and will have everyone coming back for more. Tando Manyane!
Love it, love it, love
Embrace it, girl.
I'm just like, everyone in my life has always called me by my surname.
It's a powerful name, and you're a powerful person.
Thank you.
And we're going to make some powerful
And we're going to make
chicken.
a powerful recipe.
A powerful recipe. That's powerful because it's quick and it's simple and it's really healthy.
Correct.
I love stir fries because you kind of maintain the integrity of the ingredients even though you're cooking. You don't break it down.
Yes, you don't cook it too much. You want the veggies to still remain crunchy. Everything is really always fresh in stir fry.
I love it. Okay, so that being said, it needs bucket loads of flavor.
Yes.
The bucket load of flavor has just gone in there right now. So talk us through what you're doing.
So I've added some stir fry sauce to some chicken. And we're just going to marinate that until it's nice and tender. You want it to sit a little bit just so those flavors go in.
And chicken is one, it lends itself to a marinade.
Yeah.
It's not just for the flavor profile. Yes, you want it to kind of rest in that flavor for as long as possible, but the fibers of chicken break down in a saline solution, you guys have tried lemon solution,
Yes.
anything with a bit of
marinade.
acidity, yes, because
Yes.
a marinade's going to have a vinegar or some kind of acidity in there that's going to break those fibers down.
Correct, yeah.
And that's what you want. You don't want no tough chicken pieces
No.
in a stir fry.
And usually chicken, unless you really just
Nuke it.
not great at cooking, chicken is so kind when you're cooking.
Yeah.
It always really works out.
It's forgiving.
It's forgiving,
It's
yes.
forgiving. Okay, I love it. So now, of course, we've got to bring all these flavors together, and that means our fat spread plays a very important role.
So I've added our classic spread in here, and we're just going to melt this down, and we're going to fry our veggies in here.
Love it. What's the watchword when frying, well, anything in a stir fry? I'm thinking hot and quick.
Hot and quick, and you also don't want to fry your veggies or cook your veggies for too long. Because you want them to still remain crunchy. You want to add that element to your dish where it's still crunchy, it's got some texture, it's got the flavor, it's got every little bit of what you like to see in a good dish.
Because you do need, from a mouthfeel perspective, you've got to have the right kind of texture. And I suppose that's where peppers really lend themselves to a great stir fry because the color must pop. And if you retain that color, you know you've got the balance right.
Yes.
Okay, I saw a bucket load of something else go in there. What have you added?
So we've got some garlic and ginger in here, the base to a lot of Asian dishes. And we're just going to saute this till it's nice and soft, and then we're going to go in with our red peppers.
Now I find when I cook, obviously you've got to be careful with the garlic because of its high sugar content. You know, don't introduce it too early and let it burn.
Yes.
But the one thing with the ginger, because people steer away from ginger thinking that the ginger flavor profile is going to dominate, but it's once you've cooked it through, it's there for the balance.
It is there for the balance, and you usually don't really get it, but you miss it.
Yeah, I like that.
You don't get it, but
That's
you
brilliant.
miss it. Yeah.
That's like me. That's how I am in this world.
We don't get you.
No one gets me, man. But when I'm not here, no, I don't think.
What would you like us to get? That
They just people are like, why is it so quiet in here? Why is it? What's missing, man? What's missing? Did we leave ginger out? No, Graham's.
Okay.
I love that. I love the fact here that and I thank you so much because I think you guys know that I do steal your intellectual property and then pass it off as my own to the next chef. You know, so every chef I work with is like, wow, this kid knows his stuff. But it's the fact that you're using to cook your food in is so important because it transfers the flavor throughout.
You get it. You're a man that gets it.
I get it,
This
man.
is why we miss you when you're not here.
You see, because I really do get it. And what I love about this particular ingredient, and you've seen us use it in so many different ways, Clover Classic, an ideal and versatile fat spread. It can be used daily for spreading, obviously, cooking and baking as well. Has a great flavor profile. It also contains 7 vitamins and is made with a touch of clover cream for smoother spreadability. So they've enhanced it. They've done a few things to it. Hence why it's got its own very particular name. All right, so our chicken, we would normally leave it in for a bit longer, but it's ready to rock and roll.
There we go. And you can add your chicken. And if you're vegetarian, you could always add more veg or some tofu.
Or some nice mushrooms. You know, we were using oyster mushrooms the other day for a pulled chicken kind of mock meal. And the texture, the look of it, everything just works.
Mushrooms usually pass so well as a meat alternative. They're nice and meaty.
Umami vibes. Yeah.
There you go.
And what I like about this is your marinade then serves as the kind of base for the sauce that's going to develop there. Yeah?
So once this is nice and golden brown and everything is nice and crisp, you can add in more sauce to your liking and then just keep going. And that's it.
I love it. I mean, if you want a bit more saltiness vibes, you can maybe add a bit more soy sauce or something like that.
Some sesame oil as well, just to...
You could even finish it off with some sesame seeds. And obviously we've got our pasta here. So I'm going to adorn our plate with a little bit of pasta. This is a fettuccine?
Yes.
I like it. And I like a bigger noodle because it carries more of the sauce, I think.
It holds the sauce even better, yeah.
and these noodles are perfect. Al dente, and I would go with an al dente noodle. I mean, to be quite honest, I generally have 2-minute noodles with my stir fry. I just love it. I love anything I can pretend is ramen.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, I make 2-minute noodles with some beef on them. Like, I've made ramen.
You made ramen.
And my son calls it the soup. He absolutely loves it. So I've got to, whenever I make any kind of noodle or anything, it's got to have a little bit of something that he can just...
And at the end,
like a little monkey.
Like a nice hug at the end of your meal.
It is.
Okay, thank you.
Oh, it's beautiful. Look at that, and you're going to start to get that beautiful caramelization on the sugars in our marinade, and it's all going to come together beautifully.
Beautifully, yeah.
Magnoni! Shout it like a war cry this morning. If you want to recreate this, or in fact any dish using just 5 ingredients, please wow us with your dishes. We need videos. If you're going to be slurping noodles, we need videos of that as well. Tando, this is absolutely beautiful. Go and try this for your Thursday night dinner tonight.
Made with love by Clover. It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Now, we all have that one person, and I speak from Santa's experience here, that is just impossibly difficult, notoriously difficult to find a gift for. That one who already has absolutely everything. Well, when the going gets tough, the tough get crafting. You see what I did there? Now, sometimes the best gifts are the ones that are handmade because they are made with love, straight from the heart. And luckily, the Crazy Store has got us sorted. They've got a whole range of crafty kits and tools, making the perfect gifting ideas. So now we're going to gift each other, guys. I know I always put you against one another, so I'm sorry for doing that, okay? Yeah. So now we're going to build back those bridges, okay? And this is such a cool thing to do. This is a cool gift to give, never mind, you know, to create a gift through it. But this is how it's going to work, okay? There is a showdown element. You guys are going to have to create two beautiful pieces of craft for me, okay? The first is a friendship bracelet, because we've got the most amazing kits. We've got that little unicorn kit, the bracelet making kit, and we've got some amazing 2-in-1 double the fun kits here, where you can create a whole range of jewelry just for yourself and some hair accessories. So we're going to start with the humble friendship bracelet, and you're going to make it for each other. All right?
Okay, nice.
I'm going to be the judge because Santa's quite judgy. Okay, so ho, ho, ho. We're going to have a little bit of fun, and then after that we'll move on to the hair accessories.
Right.
Bearing in mind, people, that we have no idea how to use these things yet. I haven't
ask on any tips.
No, I haven't given them any chance to come to terms with their tools, so this could be quite a funny process to watch them, their creativity come alive, but you've got a lot to play with here. Any advice on the kind of people that you are? Like, Zoe, what do you expect from a friendship bracelet?
Well, I've already asked Raul what's his favorite color, so I think if you're going to make a friendship bracelet, you need to incorporate their favorite things because they're going to be wearing it. So I think a good friendship bracelet is something that's thoughtful. So you like the color green?
Yeah.
So I'll make sure I add some green for you.
And then I've done the same for Zoe. Obviously, she loves purple and any shades thereof, so I'm going to just combine as many shades of purple and thereabout and make the most...
Pink.
And pink as well. Okay, adding that to the list.
You got the colors, you got the tools. Time to have a little bit of fun. And you start in 3, 2, 1, get crafty.
Crafting. I want to go.
Right, they've immediately swapped working stations. So I don't know if that was a ploy right from the beginning. Oh, and Ryle's straight for the scissors there. You could have asked for supervision with the scissors if you needed. Normally, I'm the scissor.
Santa, can you help me, please?
I've got the scissors. Oh, so he's going right in with the little letters. She wants to make a personalized message. But you are quite handy with your hands, hey, bro?
Yeah, more like the manly DIY stuff, I'd like to say.
Big blocks of wood and brick.
Yeah. So to be honest, these challenges actually they're quite challenging.
Yeah, exactly. Well, that's the whole point, man. The kids absolutely love something that they can get interactive with, but also have like a nice end result. Right, Zozo, you've got a lot going on there. How's the work production line going?
So I've got letters spelling out Ryle's name.
Oh, nice.
Very nice. Ryle's got a piece of string. So far. He's been really working hard.
It's
on
a
a piece
string.
of string.
So what I realized when I cut this open, I cut right through the cord. Don't do that at home.
Get supervision with your
scissors. You could have asked for supervision. Oh, look at that.
There we go.
Very nice.
Sizing here.
Oh, I love the explosion of colors, the way that you can represent personality in this as well, which is really impressive, but it adds extra pressure on your shoulders.
No pressure.
But you know, you're absolutely right. I was thinking about the fact that when you're giving a gift, it really is the thought that counts. And I mean, what better way to think up a gift than by creating it yourself? And at the same time, it really is friendly on the pocket too. You find out when you start creating things, you're actually saving money at the same time and having so much more of an impact on the gift. So
exactly.
It's like bang for your buck right there.
No, let me help you there. Let me see.
What's going on, Zoe? What am I doing?
You need multiple colors.
Okay.
Oh, and then you twist them together.
Oh, okay. I got it. Yes.
Wait, what other color do you want to add?
I've got shades of all your favorites.
Your coloured string. So put in your... Here we go. This is the ultimate friendship bracelet made with the spirit of friendship.
Oh, can you put that through?
Oh, man, this is going to be the ultimate collaboration.
And then you're supposed to then, I think, hold it there.
Hold one end.
Okay, I got that, yeah.
And you...
twist it. Oh, okay, I got it.
Look at that.
It's actually pretty cool.
Hey.
Look how cool that is. Okay, I should have added more beats to this stuff. In hindsight.
Add the beat now.
Okay, I love it. Awesome stuff. You see, friends making friendship bracelets. That's how it's done.
I absolutely love it. So I'm going to give you all of like a few seconds to finish up your friendship bracelet because this is becoming a collaboration, I think. Yeah. Absolutely. Oh, look at that. Oh, wow. I'm trying to be as nice as I possibly can and not be draconian as the game's master here because Santa's not like that. But I think we've got a clear winner in our friendship bracelet challenge.
Help me with a little.
Can we do this thing again?
Just going to finalize Zoe's beautiful design here.
I'm going to do it from my side as well.
I definitely have the colour scheme.
the
But what was
the jewel
merging of the
twisted?
colours. Now you can put
That
them
looks
on.
beautiful.
Most important to me was obviously the subtlety because Zoe's beauty comes from within.
Oh, you see, she doesn't need
that's quite
to be adorned with diamonds and all these fancy things. There we go.
There we go.
Oh, beautiful.
That's pretty cool, eh?
Look, it's made with love, and I like the fact that it was made out of friendship, and I'm going to have to say challenge one winner, just because there's a little bit more going on there, Zoe. Well done. Give her a round of applause, everybody. You are officially Santa's elves. Okay, absolutely beautiful. Really, really well done. I love this. I love the fact that you can get creative. And now that the bracelets are done and gifted to your bestie, it still feels like something is missing. Perhaps a hair accessory of some kind, maybe. So the next challenge will be to create a gorgeous matching hair accessory to go with the new jewelry. And the Crazy Store, they've got an amazing range of DIY bracelets and craft kits to keep the kids completely entertained, engaged, engrossed, and most importantly, as Rogz said, creative this summer. We love these kits. So now you guys can make a quick little hair accessory.
I'm going to try.
That's really honest.
I'm going.
I'm going to get mine because I've been growing my ponies.
You have? You've been growing the love antenna for this very reason, man.
Let's see if I can merge this into my hair. I like the twisties.
I love it, man. This is what the festive season is actually all about. Such a special time of the year because you get to spend it with family and show love. And something that I think is essential or handmade can really level up your gifting game because it shows that you know and care about that person. And crafting gifts may seem a little overwhelming when you're first starting out like this guy over here. But once you see the selection of craft kits available at the Crazy Store, you will not hesitate. And from paint your own animals to bird houses, you can get so practical. Make your own jewelry boxes, diamond art sets. They really do have everything for everybody. So make a point right now to go and visit the Crazy Store for an exception Christmas experience.
There we go.
Beautiful. That's going to go with the love antenna.
Oh, go well. That goes in the
Yeah,
hair.
hit, man. Oh, well done, guys. You didn't earn the job, though. You're not going to be one of Santa's helpers this year.
You work harder.
But I'm going to give this to you. You just keep on trying.
Practice for next year.
Let underprivileged children unwrap a smile this festive season. Pitbull has again partnered with the amazing Angel Network and Toy Kingdom to collect your pre-loved toys to be re-gifted this festive season to those who need it the most.
You can donate your pre-loved toys at any participating mall or Toy Kingdom or visit safripol.com for more information. Donate from now until 30 November and again from the 26th of December to the 15th of January 2023.
Come join us in helping them unwrap a smile.
You too can win big with Tropica. Buy a Tropica promo pack, follow the details, enter, and stand a chance to win your share of thousands of smooth prizes, such as airtime, data, AEG fridges, Island Tribe hampers, Rest Assured beds, plus limited edition Tropica bags, towels, tents, cooler bags, and cushions. The more Tropica you buy, the more chances you stand to win. Tropica, nothing smoother.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. My name is Grant Hines, and I hope that you are as hyped as I am. We've been listening to some incredible stuff while you've been watching the ad break. Byron Mckeith is in studio with some of the best music to pick you up this morning. Yes. But before we get into that, we're going to throw you to Kat with the news.
Thanks very much, Grant. About 2 minutes before 7 o'clock, and time for us to reflect on the news headlines this morning. On the national news front, Parliament's Portfolio Committee on Transport says it will push for criminal charges to be laid against Passenger Rail Agency of SA, PRASA employees, including managers that were involved in the hiring of some 1,100 workers. It has been discovered that they were ghost workers, all hired fraudulently. Now, the Minister of Transport, Fikile Mbalula, said the PRASA's Chief Financial Officer and the Head of Information Communication Technology had been suspended. Mbalula's department announced that there had been widespread identity theft, fake qualifications, and some workers are facing serious criminal charges. Meanwhile, the chairperson of Parliament's Standing Committee on Public Accounts, Mkhuleko Hlengwa, says it is high time that corrupt politicians and high-profile directors of companies end up behind bars. The National Prosecuting Authority, the NPA, the Hawks, and the Special Investigation Unit, the SIU, informed the committee yesterday of progress being made with investigations into corruption of state institutions. Now, 34 cases involving some 1.4 billion rand are being investigated at Eskom, the SAA, and other entities. NPA Chief Shamila Batohi suggested that high-level strategies to combat organized crime should be developed. On the international news front, the Secretary-General of the North Atlantic Treaty Organization, NATO, Jens Stoltenberg, says yesterday's explosion in Poland was probably a result of Ukrainian air defense. Now, this after a missile landed on a Polish grain facility and 2 people were killed. Poland, a member of NATO, soon had its army on high alert. Stoltenberg said that the missile was not fired by Russia. However, he said Russia was still liable for the explosion as it was as a direct result of Russia's war in Ukraine. In other news, donors need to provide cash now to save lives and not wait for famine to be declared in parts of East Africa where tens of millions of people are going hungry, the head of the International Rescue Committee, the IRC, said on Tuesday. Now, Ethiopia, Kenya, and Somalia are experiencing their worst drought in 40 years. I would implore the international community not to be frozen waiting for declaration, the IRC President David Miliband said after a visit to the region. He said only America had increased its financial support for East Africa. And then finally, a feel-good story, succeeding against all odds while uplifting and empowering others, of course, around you. That is the ideal, and that's the inspirational story of Oratilwe Mashigo, an 18-year-old matriculant from Mamelodi in Tshwane, who overcame a stutter and hardship at home to become a top learner, a Miss Teen Global representative, and a radio presenter. Oratilwe was awarded a bursary to attend the Curo Academy in Pretoria, and in 2019, at the age of 15, she was internationally scouted to be South Africa's first representative at the Miss Teen Global Beauty Pageant in Brazil. Now, despite being born with a speech impediment, she has hosted school debates, is a motivational speaker, and has even bigger dreams. And she's now become a radio presenter as well. Oratilwe also founded an NPO which focuses on the mental and emotional well-being of learners who experience difficulties at home. Oratilwe is a perfect example that anything is possible if you approach life with the right attitude. And the future is certainly looking bright for Oratilwe indeed, and we are so, so proud of her. Well, that's it for the news. We'll take another look at 8 o'clock right now. Let's get you ready for work with the traffic.
Yep, thanks so much, Kat. Our sport on hold before we connect with our SABC sport team to say good morning, Qatar, in just a few moments, so stick around for that. But right now, let's get you set for work, as Kat said, and look at our roads. First in KZN, there are roadworks and an accident on the N3 West that's leaving Pietermaritzburg towards Hilton. You can expect heavy delays, as you can see in the pictures there. Please use an alternative route this morning. Then moving to the Mother City in Bellville, there is congestion on the R300 North at the N1 inbound ramp, and you can expect delays there as well, so use another route if you can and stay safe out on the roads. Let's get into the weather. Let's start with a planetary proclamation. Brazil is back on the world stage. Brazil's president-elect Luiz Inácio Lula da Silva has told cheering crowds at the COP27 climate summit in Egypt yesterday, quote, "The Amazon has huge meaning for the world, and we have to prove that a standing tree has more value than a fallen one." And he called for the next COP climate summit to be held in the Amazon. Now, nations are meeting in Sharm el-Sheikh in Egypt to discuss combining climate change or combating that with a combined effort. Just a fortnight after his narrow election win, Lula is meeting leaders from the US, China, and the EU at the climate conference. Under President Jair Bolsonaro, who will hand over power to Lula in January next year, deforestation of the Amazon reached record highs. Pure Tembe, an indigenous leader from the heavily deforested Para state, said Bolsonaro completely dismantled laws protecting the Amazon and attacked environmental defenders as well. By contrast, the incoming president has said he will try to end deforestation and restore the Amazon. We are here for that. Well, from environmental news that warms the heart, we head on over to take another look at those sunrise views that do exactly the same. Paul Goddard out in Van Dyke Park shared this graceful shot from his front garden, showing off the sun peeking through the fence. Diane van der Hoeven, another regular, captured this beautiful view from Howick, one of my favorite parts of the world. Love the Midlands, showing off vibrant fields of green and clear blue skies. Then Jackie out in Pelican Park snapped this shot of the wispy clouds in the sky whilst heading out to work this morning. Have an awesome day. Then last up, we've got Verity Barnes, another OG, sending in a beautiful video of the sunrise out in Riebeek West, showing off bold tangerine hues, lighting up the houses whilst she enjoys a hot mocha. I love it. Have a beautiful day. Thank you to all of you. Keep them coming. Share those sunrise views with us on our social media or on our WhatsApp line, 063-408-8863. Right, so a brand new day, which means brand new temperatures. Let's see where you sit today. Polokwane, you've got a 25% chance of rain and a low of 17, going up to 31 degrees. On Mbombela, 18 and 32 your range. Pretoria, 16 and 29. Johannesburg, 40% chance of thunder showers, 15 your low, going up to 29. Heating up in Mahikeng, 19 your low, going up to 33. Klerksdorp, 17 and 33 your range. Exactly the same for Kimberley. In Bloem, 12 your low, going up to 31 degrees. Richards Bay, 21 and 26 degrees your range with a 40% chance of rain. Expect thunder showers or a 40% chance of that in Pietermaritzburg. 15 your low, going up to 27. Durban, your low, 21, going up to 27 degrees. Mthatha, 25% chance of rain as you kickstart your day on 12 degrees, going up to 25. East London, 15 and 22 your range with an 81% chance of rain. Craddock, 11 your low, going up to 29 degrees. 25% chance of rain in Gqeberha, 16 your low, going up to 21 degrees. George, 13 and 16 your range with a 62% chance of rain there. No rain expected in the Mother City, ranging between 12 and 20 degrees today. Worcester, your low, going 8, going up to 29. Sutherland, 6 your low, going up to 26 degrees. Uppington putting her hand up, 17 your low, going up to 36 degrees today. So just be careful during those peak sunlight hours over midday. But as we always say, regardless of the weather, make sure it's a beautiful day. Let's see if we can help you along.
Thank you, Graham. Guys, wherever you are throughout the country, I hope that the weather is up to your standards, because right now we're going to make it rain in studio. We're gonna hear an amazing swing medley by Keith. Take it away.
Somewhere beyond the sea, somewhere waiting for me, my lover stand on golden sand and watches the ships that go sailing. Somewhere beyond the sea. She's there waiting for me. If I could fly like birds on high, then straight to her arms I'll go sailing. It's far beyond the star, it's near beyond the moon. I know beyond the doubt, my heart will lead me there soon. We'll meet beyond the shore, we'll kiss just as before. Happy we'll be beyond the sea, then never again I'll go sailing. No more sailing, farewell sailing. No more sailing. Heaven, I'm in heaven, and my heart beats so that I can hardly speak, and I seem to find the happiness I see when we're out together, dancing cheek to cheek. Oh, I'd love to climb a mountain and to reach the highest peak, but it doesn't thrill me half as much as dancing cheek to cheek. Oh, I'd love to go out fishing in a river or a creek, but it doesn't beat me half as much as dancing cheek to cheek. Dance with me, I want my arm around you, the charm about you will carry me through heaven. I'm in heaven, and my heart beats so that I can hardly speak, and I seem to find the happiness I see when we're out together dancing, out together dancing, out together dancing cheek to cheek. These little town blues are melting away. I'll make a brand new start of it in old New York. And if I can make it there, I'll make it. Ooh, anywhere. It's up to you, New York, New York.
Thank you so much. Give it up for Byron Mckeith, ladies and gentlemen. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back with a brand new energetic breakfast for you after the break. Thank you.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Very good morning, you beauties. If you have just tuned in, where you been? Time to have a little bit of fun. Of course, firm focus on the FIFA World Cup kicking off this coming weekend. Some massive, massive showdowns happening, and of course, we are here for it. But before all of the action happens on the field, we're going to be focusing on some of the nonsense, the craziness, and of course, the money being thrown around off the field at the moment. And of course, we get to connect with our broader SABC sports family. So every morning throughout the entire World Cup, we are going to be connecting with SABC 1, 2, and 3. And we are going to be joining the Good Morning Qatar team. We're going to be covering throughout the entire tournament, bringing us up to speed with what's happening, of course, during the matches and all the craziness that's going to be happening in some of the, I think, most memorable footballing moments that we are likely to see when we look at the generation that's going to be playing now. So before we connect with our Good Morning Qatar team, it's just a few days away, my brother.
Yeah.
How excited are you now?
Very
it kind of feels like this has snuck up on us, and now it's here.
Right, it actually does feel like that, because over the past couple of years, we've been getting glimpses of the build-up towards Qatar 2022. And now, this weekend, it's actually happening finally as we welcome the world, or Qatar welcomes the world.
And we welcome Good Morning Qatar right now. We are now live on SABC 1, 2, and 3. So good morning to the rest of the nation. Thank you so much for joining us. And I think fans are continuing to flock to Qatar ahead of the World Cup, which starts, of course, this coming Sunday. However, not all of those fans have been lucky enough to get tickets to go to the stadiums themselves. Although some of the alternatives are not the worst in the world if you got the money, baby. So let me
saving up? Maybe you've been saving up.
For generations, maybe, for generations. So a fleet of luxurious yachts are seen bobbing in the harbour among the five-star options as Dubai pulls out all the stops, as you'd expect, for the well-off football fans who want to watch the World Cup in style. I mean, if you're staying on that, why go to a stadium? And those without tickets, but with thousands of dollars to spare, can then view games on a big screen from the top deck of a $20,000 a night yacht. Wow. 20 big ones.
Wow.
So the three-story, 43-meter-long vessel has a big screen, obviously, a jacuzzi, a bar, and a swanky lounge with L-shaped couches, because when you're really rich, they must be shaped in an L, and a glittering crystal leopard statue.
Wow.
I could do that.
It looks like it's... Would you say it's worth the spend?
Yes.
If you have the
money,
yeah.
for
I mean, this
sure.
only happens like, what, every 4 years?
There's
right?
two things, surely. You've got to watch Monaco from a yacht, and you've got to watch a World Cup from a yacht, and then you've pretty much ticked all of those major boxes.
Plus, then you won't have to wait in those long queues for refreshments, right? You probably just go, oh, yeah.
Or maybe even a little bell. Oh, no, don't.
But then what if you don't have the kind of money then?
But
like,
it's all right. If you don't have the 20,000, yeah, probably like the rest of us. Now, if you don't have $20,000 a night to spend watching games on a luxury yacht, then you might be in for a surprise, and unfortunately not a good kind. So a video has emerged showing what some of the lower-end accommodation looks like in one of the fan villages, so-called, near the stadiums, and many are comparing it to the infamous Fire Fest that you might remember Ja Rule set up with a fraudster in 2017. Wow. Over $100 million, I think, stolen to set up a festival that never happened, was never actually going to happen. Look at the state of that. Now, added to this, buddy, I want you to... This is in a country, okay, that has... so, in 2021, the Qatar GDP was... Do you want to have a guess?
Put it at about 5 trillion.
So it was 179 billion for 2021. Okay. In 2022, 216 billion. They are the fastest growing GDP over the last 7 years in the world. Third richest country in the world.
This is out in the desert, by the way, right?
It's incredible, man.
In the desert.
Now, this is, unfortunately, in light of how much resource they have, the situation's not getting better, unfortunately. Even the first look videos at the village are not appealing, with a total of 30,000 rooms having been erected in the desert for the influx of fans, although rooms, it looks like a generous term, given that these are shipping containers that have been basically retrofitted for people to sleep in, converted into accommodation.
They've been painted?
Yeah, they have been painted, and they've got numbers, so you'll know where you're going. They look like porta potty toilets. Okay, that looks all right.
Guy, no. Was that porta potty style? No, that looked half-ish decent. It depends on how much you're spending. How much are you paying to live in these?
3,500 rand a night.
Porta potty.
Porta potties.
No, wait.
I'm thinking, okay, 3,500 rand a night Is it worth it?
Plus, it's like, that's outside, right? The sun is blazing down.
Maybe there's going to be like an experiential element added to it, fire breathers, I don't know. And whilst there is not a lot to admire off the field, there will be a lot to soak up and keep an eye on the field, with a number of European contenders having touched down safely in Qatar yesterday. Our 1966 winners, England, the Netherlands, Denmark, Wales, all arrived to begin their preparations. And a lot of posts are showing the end product and the teams getting off the plane, leaving the airport, arriving at the hotel.
Here's your boy.
But look at, come on, buddy, golden boot
Really?
this year. Come on.
Oh, Gareth is
He's
on the
back in the
hunt
mix.
as well.
Definitely going to be his.
Wales.
It's going to be his final World Cup as well.
There's the Dutch boys. They've also arrived. Memphis, looking very positive with the rest of the.
And when you look at the stars, and amazing to see
Denmark also arrived.
Ericsson back on the field. If you think of the journey that he's been on over the last couple of years, literally collapsing with a heart condition on the field.
Great to
Absolutely
see him back.
beautiful. But one particular footballer, USA's defender Walker Zimmerman, he took it a little bit further. He took the fans through the whole process, including the squad announcement, the media duties, and what it's like being on the plane itself. Take a look.
A day in the life traveling to the World Cup.
Hey, I'm Walker Zimmerman. I play for the U.S. men's national team, and guess where we're going? Where are we heading? I don't even know. Well, we're heading to the World Cup in Qatar. But first, we're in New York City for our roster reveal. After some media duties, we're ready and waiting in the green room.
About to walk out on stage. How we feel? A little nervous. Why?
We get on stage for the roster reveal. Then after that, it's straight to the airport, saying goodbye to my family and my dog, of course.
After Qatar.
We board the plane, and then it's time to get comfy.
What are those?
You my slippers, bro? The flight lasts like 12 hours. And when we touch down in Qatar, we get straight to the bus, to the hotel, to a nice warm welcome. After that, it's late, we gotta relax, and work starts tomorrow. And that's a day in my life.
Hence the added relevance of tracking the socials during the World Cup. It's going to give us unrestricted views. Absolutely love it. But our focus is on the pitch. And there are obviously some bad news stories circulating at the moment. One in particular for the defending champions, France. Their winger, Christopher Nkunku, has been ruled out of the World Cup. That was after sustaining an injury in training. Absolutely heartbroken for the young man. Plies his trade at
RB
Leipzig, where he is an absolute superstar, so fast, so devastating, a massive
killer finisher. Great composure under pressure. One-on-ones can finish those. So I think for the fans at large, it's going to be, or it is, a massive disappointment not to have him on the pitch for Le Bleu.
Yeah, but Le Bleu are still looking very strong, and they've got an able replacement coming in from Eintracht Frankfurt. Randall Kolo Munyai, or Muyani rather, has been called up as his replacement. Let's hear from Nkunku himself.
Yeah, and I guess the sad part, the fact that it actually happened during training when you are readying yourself. You know that the squad is G'd up, a couple of days to go before the first match.
Your role in the team set up and the system is set out. Good news for South Korea, though. Son Heung-min is going to be making it across there as well. And they're going to kick off against Uruguay next Thursday, so they're going to need him, man. He scored 3 World Cup goals at important times for his team.
New look Son Heung-min there.
Hey, I love it.
Look at that little face mask. Maybe to prevent some...
He's back, baby.
Fractures in
at Sunny7, go and follow him. Go and follow all your stars, because this is an opportunity to see them doing what they do best and get behind the scenes. As we said, unrestricted views of FIFA World Cup. It kicks off this weekend, baby. Sunday, our first game.
Feel like a scrumptious... flavorful without the fuss. This easy to prepare dal curry, which is one of my favorite curries, by the way, we're about to make, is inspired by one of our top fan viewers, Shah Julius. who says that this is what she would cook with just 5 ingredients. Dal curry, midweek, meat-free dish. I love it. And I cook dal at least twice a week, actually.
Really?
I love a dal. If a dal is cooked properly, it is one of the best hearty meals that you can have. And it's full of protein and it's good for you.
Super nutritious, yeah. So I'm going to start off. Drizzle some oil.
Yeah, so Tando, like, tell us about do you have any secrets to a dal that I don't have?
I mean, I know, like, first few things, when you're just starting off with your lentils, which is the base, make sure to soak them.
Ah.
Always soak them. It helps them cook.
I don't actually soak them. I cook them in the pot, yeah.
Do you rinse them?
Occasionally.
It would be nice if you rinse them, like, all the time.
Do you mind if I give you a hand?
Everything out, we're looking good for now. We're looking good. So I'm going to start off here.
Okay.
Saute these nice and soft. And then once they're soft, we're going to add our garlic and ginger.
Okay, add double the amount of garlic that the recipe requires. That's my rule.
Are you that person?
I'm that person. People hate that.
Yeah, add garlic until your heart says stop.
Yeah, until my wife says stop. She's like, why does this house smell like this? I go like, I'm sorry.
Garlic is so good.
Oh, and then when the house smells like it smells amazing. Also, you're going to be adding some of this double cream, right?
Yes, our Bliss yogurt.
Okay, so cool. With the use of Clover Bliss double cream plain yogurt in this recipe, you're guaranteed to have delicious flavors thanks to the creamy indulgence that it offers.
Yeah.
That's something that I actually also haven't done is add, I use the bare minimum ingredients. So like, I've tried to start, fleshing out, maybe adding some sultanas or something into it.
You could even add some cauliflower or zucchini just to add a little layer of more nutrients, some more veg. Veg is never a bad idea. Just to, make that the dal even more filling.
And that's something that I've actually realized recently is that we don't get, the 5 a day. We don't get a lot of our fruit and vegetables. And because if you hide them in your meals, it's so much easier to get. So if you add a zucchini and a cauliflower, you're getting especially for kids, because there's so much flavor. I can smell this right now. There's so much flavor. And there's the curry that's coming through. You can just sneak it in there.
Yeah. So I've added a bit of our curry spice as well. Use any curry spice that you like, a masala, anything that you like and the flavors you like. And if you like some chili, you could also add that just for a bit of a kick.
Yes. If you guys are on Facebook and if you guys are watching this, please let us know what kind of curry spice you add to your dals, because I know this is a contentious issue. I've had lots of discussions with people. I do also add a masala curry to mine. Yeah, that's my choice. And then some people are like, no, you got to use a paste. Other people are like, no, you got to use the powder. It's like a whole
just like your favorite spices, because also everyone has like their own. Some people mix their own spices, make their own spices from scratch. So the store-bought ones are always a bit like, I like mine a certain way. I'm like, okay.
Just have enough cardamom in it.
Yes, or like coriander, which is like a great curry flavor.
Because I'm plant-based, so coriander is an amazing flavor. Especially, I know some people struggle with it, like it's soapy for some people, but to me, it's a very meaty taste. So you take something that isn't meaty and you're like, well, it's in a lot of the powders and the basings that we put onto our meat. Okay, so let's see what you're doing over here.
So we've just added a bit of water and we're going to let this soak and cook for about 30 minutes till it's nice and mushy. You want to slightly overcook it just so that texture is a bit more soup.
Do you put a lid on, a lid off?
You can put a lid on, lid off. Either way, you might just have to add a little bit more water as you go.
Totally.
To get that texture that you want and consistency that you want. And then once it's ready, you'll add your Bliss yogurt.
Oh, okay. So how much do you add? Quarter cup. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So not too much.
Not too much, but you still want it to be a bit creamy.
And I suppose you do, it's double cream, so that will help it go a little bit further.
A little bit further, yes. So, and then once that's done, you have it. A little bit of salt and pepper.
Guys, you must see how this smells in studio. It is so good. This is the smell of home for me.
Yeah.
Do you eat your dal curry with rice?
Naan.
With naan?
Naan. I'm the person who makes naan from scratch all the time. Like,
okay, cool.
Unprovoked, it'll be.
So you're coming over to cook garlic naan.
Garlic naan, garlic and
yes, garlic naan. Yes, that's the way.
Are you paying?
No, I'm all for the dinner.
For me to come over.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, of course.
To do my skills. To show.
All right, let's have a look at the final product. I want to see what this actually looks like. But before we do, actually, let's just see a recap of what went into this recipe.
With the creamy decadence of double cream bliss from Clover, yogurt has never been so irresistible.
Made with love by Clover. Only you can make my day. It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show, Expresso here on Ace 3. You know what time it is when you see that picture? It's G-Funk Delicious time. Grant Hines is in the studio, and of course, we all love our pets and we love our technology as well. And this morning, he's going to be taking us through an update of some of the very best and most interesting pet tech gadgets that are available out there that'll hopefully make your life a little bit easier, but that of your four-legged friend as well. This is very, very exciting.
Yes, I brought a couple of these in studio.
We've been running around trying to set them up in time, and yes, we made it just in time. Okay, so but the first one that we're going to be talking about is actually not on display right now. It's called a smart ball thrower.
Yeah, smart ball thrower. So I couldn't bring that into studio, but it's a device that throws the ball for your dog for you.
Oh.
So that you don't have to do that. You know when you play tennis and you're at Wimbledon and they shoot the ball, I don't know. Like they train for the tennis, man. They hit it.
It goes,
yeah.
And you go,
I saw that movie with Will Smith, the Serena Williams story.
King Richard.
Yeah,
yes.
King Richard.
Okay, so this one. But now, do you need to teach your pet to bring the ball back and put it into the machine?
You
That's also like an interesting
You do,
part
but
of
trust me, your dogs are smart. They'll work that out. They want that fun as much as you want to give them that fun.
That looks very, very cool. So it throws. Oh, there it is.
You know, and then they can just play by themselves for a while.
Amazing.
You know, so you can get on with some work.
Does it have a setting where the gadget goes, who wants the ball? Who wants the ball? Or can you record that?
That's just me in the background going, why did I get this thing? I could have thrown the ball. The second thing is a smart cat flap, which is very clever. So a lot of people have cat flaps on their door so the cats can go in and out, or dog flaps, because you know dogs also, like if you're small enough, can go in and out the house.
Yes.
But having a smart cat flap allows you to use an app to remote lock it whenever you don't want the cats to go out. Put it on a time schedule. Make sure that your cat is inside, which is really important. So your cat can come running in and you can lock it. It sends you notifications when your animals are home.
Oh, because obviously it has a sensor.
So yeah, so
entry, exit.
Yeah, they're home now.
Lock him in.
Exactly.
Brilliant stuff.
And then the two that I brought into studio, which is very cool, because I've been dying to bring pet gadgets into studio. Like if you are a viewer of the show, you know we love pet gadgets here.
Yes.
The first one is a water fountain. And this water fountain is, we filled it up with water, but I'm not going to be able to switch it on like now. But basically what it does is it uses the filter and pours water out the top, and it's connected to your phone. So it's connected to your phone through an app.
Yes.
And you'll be able to get notifications when it's empty. Having it sealed means that it helps protect it from evaporation.
This is true.
And a lot of animals actually need water running for them to drink.
How did that water just get there? Did you just do that?
Yeah, I just pressed the button. Okay. So this is a very smart device when it comes to looking after the health of your pet's kidneys, especially.
Right.
A lot of animals have kidney problems.
Yes.
And that's also due to bad water consumption. And then it's got filters inside which filter the water, so it constantly runs and drinks. And also,
brilliant.
What I like about these gadgets is also that they look nice. A lot of like pet stuff always is like bright pinks and blues, and it just doesn't fit with the decor of your house. This does look very cool. It like looks like it belongs in your home.
Cats and dogs sold separately.
Yeah. The second thing is this smart food dispenser.
Yeah.
Which is also genius because often our animals overeat. I had a cat that I was overfeeding.
And you didn't know that?
And I didn't know that. I took the cat to the vet, and the vet explained to me that I was overfeeding. So I had to have some information that allowed me to know how much my cat was eating and when they should be fed.
Okay,
and
all right.
often I've got ADD, so like I struggled with a lot of like when to feed, keeping track of when the cat is eating, what they're eating, and also they're going out and they're eating at other places, and cats are like that. But this is for cats and dogs.
Okay.
So you can dispense food on a timer. Also, it doesn't let you waste food because the food is kept in the storage compartment at the top.
And I'm assuming almost like vacuum sealed in there as well, so as to kind of preserve it for a decent amount of time.
It's air sealed here, so yeah, there's no like contaminants coming in from the air.
Yeah, what I mean is that versus having, let's say, your packet of food out in your cupboard and then you forget to close it properly, so now all kinds of things get in it, right?
Yes, but so I'm going to try and dispense some food. I'm going to dispense a portion through this thing, and listen how quiet it is.
Oh, wow.
So that would I haven't actually set up the proper display.
Oh, I was about to say, like, your pet's on a
I may for demonstration purposes.
Snack time.
For demonstration purposes, I have put in a small amount, but I've manually dispensed food from my phone.
Yeah, so you could be wherever you are in the world.
Wherever in the world, or you can put it on a schedule, and then you can put your animal's weight. Their age, their name as well, which is really cute. But from that information, it'll be able to tell you how much food that should be eating and whether you're running low. So I didn't put a lot of food in here, and there's already a light that's telling me that the food is low, and I've got a notification on my phone. So if you forget to feed your animal, or like you're busy and you go like, oh yes, I need to make sure that. I need to go fill up the container or go buy some food or put it on the shopping list, tell mom to get it. That's how you do it. It's really cool. And it's also a great way, by the way, if you've got kids and you've got kids who are looking after the animals, you go, here's the stuff to look after the animal. You're picking up the poo, and you are making sure with the app that you are feeding the animal, and you're responsible because you have literally a digital nanny helping you look after this animal.
Yes.
So it teaches them responsibility as well.
Yeah, man, fantastic stuff. Really, really great looking gadgets and very useful as well. Hopefully, as I said early on, can make your life a little bit easier, and that of
you want some
four-legged
breakfast
friends as well. Are you gonna?
No?
I'm good. Thanks.
Oh, I love it very much on topic as we head into summer. I think we're all trying to get our summer bodies ready. But as I recently found out at one of our very special partner vets, our dogs might also need to lose a few pounds. Obesity in dogs is way more common than we think, and the stats are going to alarm you. Take a listen. Welcome back, pet lovers. It's time to bark out a few hard truths. So the vast majority, around 95% of pet owners believe that their dogs are in perfect health. The hard truth is that 54%, that's over half of all dogs, are actually obese. We are clearly missing a trick, which is why I've come back to the vet to chat to Dr. Adele Rolwink-Koets about why this is the case and, most importantly, what we can do about it. Come on. Doctor, how are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm great. A little bit alarmed. Along with that, I couldn't believe the stats that were unearthed. Why is this? What is going on? Is it something at play here, a genetic thing? Are we just overfeeding? Do we love our dogs too much? What's going on?
In a small amount, there is a health issue, thyroid issues and so on, but the majority of the time it is that we feed too much or we treat too much, so they think they're giving the right amount, but then they get 10 snacks through the day, and we're just not as active. So people aren't walking their dogs as often as they should. Everyone kind of sits at home, and so your dogs are getting more overweight.
So what is then the rule of thumb? How do we know that our dogs are drifting into that overweight territory and becoming obese?
So the best way is actually to look and feel your dog. We like to look at fat over the ribs. So if you run your hands over, you must just feel ribs, not dig through fat layers to find ribs. They should have a nice little waist. So when you look from the top, ribs to waist should be a nice little dip. And when you look from the side, the tummy should tuck up, not go straight or down. But that's the best way to gauge your weight of your dog. It's specific for your dog, and then you can use that to measure if you're doing well, if you're getting better, or if they're starting to put on too much weight.
I suppose it stands to reason that just like with us, when you are carrying extra weight, or especially if you're obese, it's going to affect your lifestyle. What are those repercussions for our dogs?
It makes everything more difficult. So any dogs that are prone to having hip issues or joint problems, same with people, if you carry more weight, it puts more strain. Fat actually causes inflammation in dogs, and that worsens any arthritis that they might already have, which makes them more painful. They have more breathing issues because it's a lot harder to breathe when you're weighed down by so much fat. And then obviously they are more prone to things like diabetes, which is a very serious disease.
Why then do vets recommend a veterinary diet when combating obesity and not just kind of lowering the amount of food that you're feeding your dog?
If you cut down the amount that they're eating, you run the risk of causing malnourishment because you're also cutting down your vitamins, your minerals, your proteins, not just the energy intake. So the best is to use a diet that's formulated to have everything that they need, protein, nutrients, and all of that, but low calories. The dogs also feel more full because they're still getting the same amount of food, potentially, so they're not always begging for more food or intensely hungry, but there's a lower calorie intake, so they assist with weight loss.
Satiated for longer. So this is all good and well, but you haven't met my Dashant, and you haven't seen his face as he is asking you for another treat. And I think this is part of the problem. We love our dogs. We are all susceptible to the guilt trip. When entering into a new diet, how do we handle that transition, and what do we do if they are begging, acting like they've never been fed before in their lives?
A gradual change is important. So if you are reducing the quantity of food, don't go from a whole bowl to half a bowl. They'll get very upset with you. If you gradually decrease over some weeks, they get more used to it and you get less begging. But begging is a learned behavior. It's not a hunger response. So dogs learn that if they beg, they get treats, and that's nice. It's not that they need the treat. So we also have to be a little bit more strict with ourselves, but you do get snacks that are healthier. So you get low-calorie snacks. Some people like using a bit of veggies. Popcorn can be used, and it's nice. They crunch on it and they're happy, but it's got very low calories.
This has been an eye-opener. Hopefully this has shocked a lot of people into acting on this now that we know we really have to do something about it. Thank you so much. I'm now going to go home and try not to treat my Dashant as much as he deserves it. The take-home here, guys, the dogs are not the problem. We are. So please, if you see that your dog is becoming overweight, not obese, but starting in that journey, go and connect with your vet. They are our partners for our pets' health, and ensure that you've got a plan in place to help work around their weight management. And of course, you get the right nutrition that's going to give them the nutrients that they need and satiate them for longer. As I always say, you've got to get your pet to the vet. And if your pet is due for a visit to the vet, you might just be in luck. If you spend more than R1,000 on Royal Canin products, you stand the chance of winning one of 6 5,000 Rand product vouchers and put yourself in the running to win a grand prize valued at 10,000 Rand. Pretty amazing. For all the info, scan the QR code that is on screen right now, then cross all of those lucky fingers and paws, and good luck.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back as we enter into what will undoubtedly spark a very heated debate at the moment, but it's a conversation that we have to have in light of recent incidents. In fact, in light of a shocking track record in this space. Now, when it comes to man's best friend, the Pitbull immediately strikes one as being a dog of power, of passion, undying willingness to please, if you have ever owned one. However, following years of vicious attacks on innocent citizens, including young children, the Sizwe Kupelo Foundation has called for the immediate ban of pit bulls in South Africa. And while some have joined the petition, claiming that the dogs are too dangerous, others have called for tighter regulations around training the animals and vetting owners. And today we are going to discuss the ban on pit bulls. Are you for it or against? And our panel consists of professional canine behaviorist and trainer Taryn Blythe, as well as Kelly Turner, a proud foster mom and owner of a pit bull. And we'd love to hear your thoughts as well, especially if you have direct experience and insights to share with us. Please use the details below. Guys, thank you so much for joining us. I'm sure your world, both of yours, has changed quite dramatically over the last couple of weeks because of this intense pressure. Kelly, maybe I can start with you, because let's get to the heart of the breed itself. The English Bull Terrier, Staffy, they share a commonality in that space. What defines a pit bull as a power breed?
So breeds are characterized by specific behavioral and physical traits. And over the course of history, humans have bred dogs to perform specific tasks and jobs. And pit bulls have been bred to be strong, powerful, highly driven animals with a strong prey drive. And they needed these traits to carry out the tasks that the humans gave them.
There were also companionship tasks within that. And I think that almost that iron will has now been turned in completely the wrong direction. Taryn, as someone who has lived in this space and probably understands the way that breeds can manifest where we are in their current phase, countries like Russia, Denmark, UK, Portugal, a host of others have banned, or there have been restrictions placed on the ownership of pit bulls. In a nutshell, why is the pit bull not the dog for everyone?
I think that, you know, that having dealt with so many dog owners throughout my career, what people are generally looking for when they're bringing a dog into their home is they want a companion that they can really share their lives with, at home with their friends and family, outdoors with recreation, jogging, you know,
hiking. To fit your lifestyle, yeah.
Yeah, to fit into the lifestyle. And I think that people are generally looking for a dog that's fairly easygoing, and that isn't high risk towards other animals when they're out in public. And the reality is that, unfortunately, as Kelly mentioned, because of what they've been bred for, they are higher risk when it comes to other animals. And so they don't always fit that easily into that sort of lifestyle, and they do need more careful management. So I think a lot of people get these dogs without understanding how to be responsible for them and how to manage them to not set them up to fail. And I think people are sometimes a bit disappointed when they may have limitations on the lifestyle with such a dog, and it's not what they planned. So it's not necessarily for everybody.
I think in a South African story, and from a lot of the feedback we've had over the last couple of weeks, people are buying these dogs to protect their household. And they are buying them from unreputed breeders who are breeding the dogs to fight and kill each other. Mm-hmm. And if this is happening everywhere, I'm looking at the imprint on that gene pool. So, and we know that dogs' genes do carry these traits, hence why we've kind of almost painted them into these tiny little narrow lanes in terms of their breeds, and almost overbred in that space. That being said, we need something to change. We need something to shift. Is the ban where this needs to be? What do you think the ramifications of this ban are going to be? I mean, we've already seen over 40 people on the first day of people talking about this handed their pit bulls over. How do you see this playing out?
So the thing is, you can weaponize any animal if you wanted to, and banning an entire breed is not going to solve any problem. What can help solve the problem is putting measures in place to strictly regulate ownership and to make sure that owners are aware of the dog that they want to buy or adopt and are willing to take the responsibility to, you know, prevent any tragic incidents from happening. Banning the pit bull, I believe, is probably just going to cause underground dog fighting and backyard breeding to become more lucrative than it already is. And the ramifications of that is it will probably cause the legally owned pit bull and their owner to be vulnerable targets.
Yeah, completely. I know it feels very difficult to find an answer, and we are screaming for an answer, but at its heart, families have lost people dear to them. A family has lost a child very recently. And we know, I think, so many of us who are parents to young children, when we heard of the nature of Sizwe's passing as well, his death, how he was killed, it is something that we can't accept. So we have to look at this from both sides. But I really do understand what Kelly is saying in terms of us just blanketing one solution is going to add even more fuel and fire to the underground movement. We saw that through COVID in other areas. We need to find a solution that's going to work for both sides. So please keep your comments and your insights coming. 063-408-8863. We'd love to hear from you.
Well, for the moment, brace yourself for cuteness overload, because this past weekend it was all happening and Ryle was there to witness it as he packed his very best pajamas and attended the very coolest sleepover ever, which is called the annual Tears Sleepathon.
Yep, for one night, animal lovers got to spend the night in the kennels with rescue dogs and cats, all in the hopes of providing them with some warm cuddles and love, and utmost importantly, raising some money for a awesome cause.
What's up, Mzansi? And you can tell I'm so excited. Why? Because it's the Tears annual Sleepathon, and I'm already in my PJs. I'm so ready for this, and what better way to raise funds than by actually spending a night in the shelter with these rescue dogs and cats. So I've got my mattress here, I've got the pillow for comfort, sleeping bag for warmth, so let's go. Look, I'm absolutely loving the energy out here. Everybody seems so excited. It looks like it's going to be an epic night. And this is what I believe the 9th annual Tears Sleepathon. That is amazing. But more importantly, why are these sleepathons so important? And what's the whole reason behind getting people to sleep in the shelter?
Absolutely. So we decided to create a cool space for the dogs here, obviously. And we're always looking for new volunteers and trying to bring in new ways for people to get involved with us, to donate, to help us with all our missions we're trying to accomplish for the dogs in need. So we kind of thought the sleepathon would be an amazing idea to get people out of their warm, cozy homes and come and experience a night here at the shelter and kind of walk in the shoes, so to speak, of the dogs here and kind of experience what life is like for them while they wait to be adopted into loving homes.
Well, look, I get that. It's important to raise funds. I can imagine there's a lot that goes on here and there's a lot that's needed. What exactly are the funds needed for, and where are they most needed?
Well, a lot of people know Tears for our animal shelter components, so we rescue, rehabilitate and rehome dogs and cats. But we also have a really large welfare clinic that goes out. We've got mobile vans that go out into the low-income communities 5 to 6 days a week. We vaccinate dogs and cats, provide veterinary care. One of our main aims is to sterilize. So every animal we get into contact with, we spay or neuter them, and that kind of helps with the pet overpopulation problem that we're really experiencing here. So that's where all the money goes, the animals that need it the most.
This is so cool. So these are my 3 buddies I'm spending the night with. We've got Vanessa, Archie, and a familiar face, Paxton, that you might recognize from the studio not too long ago. Let's go meet them. I gotta ask, this is such an incredible night, but what makes you come back here? Because I believe this is your second time, right?
Yes, it's my second time. I actually like to put myself in the shoes of the dogs and just to know what they feel like every night when they come here. I mean, the dogs don't get so much love every single day, despite them being looked after so well by Tears. So I enjoy coming here and giving the little bit of love that I have to the dogs for one night. And also don't have my own dog, so I get to spend a night with the dog.
Okay, so it's like a win-win.
It's a win-win, yeah.
Honestly, every year I come back here, I'm absolutely blown away by some of the upgrades, and that's thanks to you and your donations, and we need to carry that on. I mean, even a night like this when there's a little bit of drizzle, even I'm grateful for the shelter because that means I'm going to be dry tonight. Yay! Dwayne, what do you think of the atmosphere out here at the Sleepathon?
It's awesome. It's so nice to have so many people coming on a Saturday night to just, you know, sleep with the dogs and the cats, and also just enjoy some music and wine and good food. So it's very unique, and it's really awesome to be here every year.
Now I believe you're actually sleeping at the cattery, so you're not going to be staying with the dogs, you're staying with the cats. What exactly brought you here, and why spend time with the cats?
My daughter brought me here, and she's looking for more kittens, I think. This is our third year that we're coming to the cattery, and so far we've walked away with 5 cats. So we might have a few more coming tomorrow, but it's just a lovely thing. We love cats. My family loves cats, and yeah, we just love spending an evening with them, even if we don't end up going home with any.
Dwayne, why do you think it's so important to raise funds for an organisation like this?
Well, I think organisations like this don't really, you know, get the vast majority of any kind of funding. So it's great that you know, they launch a community appeal like this, where they appeal to local people, and not only local but from across Cape Town, to come here and spend the night. And I think it's become quite a tradition now, and in so doing, I think it just grows every year, and certainly in the years that I've been coming, it's just gotten bigger and bigger and bigger every year. So it's awesome to be here.
Clearly, as you can hear, I'm not going to be getting a lot of sleep tonight, but it doesn't really matter, because what comforts me is the fact that I know I'm getting to spend a night with these beautiful rescue puppies. But first prize, of course, would be that they can find a forever home. So organizations like Tears are doing everything that they can, and they need your help, whether it comes in the form of donations, your time, or any services that you can offer. But obviously, at the end of the day, the goal is to find these beautiful rescues a home. For now, though, it's time for me to get to sleep. Hopefully you can come through and check out some future forever puppies, and hopefully they can allow me to sleep, please. Okay, let's get some rest, guys. Come on, please. Oh, yes.
That looks so cute.
That is the best. Why wasn't I there? Why did they invite me?
Oh man, Rogz certainly found some new friends there. Very, very cool. Now, Tears Animal Rescue do such fantastic work, and they're always in need of more funding to provide for these beautiful rescues. And if you have any money to spare, we urge you to please donate at tears.org.za.
Yep. Every single cent, big or small, can make a massive impact and a massive difference in these animals' lives. And better yet, why not considering opening your home to a dog or a cat in need from a shelter?
Dad, I hope you're ready before I go. Guys! Okay, guys, come on, come on.
We connect all of Mzansi so that everyone can be more of what they're made of. Live your monate.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. It is your Feel Good Breakfast Show Expresso on S3. We have a very interesting panel discussion that's going on, given some recent news, of course, that organizations such as the Sizwe Kupela Foundation have called for the immediate ban of pit bulls in South Africa. This, of course, following recent news of attacks by pit bulls. And we ask for your opinion. What do you think? Are you for or are you against the banning of pit bulls in South Africa? So we've taken on your voice notes, and I think we have one right now from Roshni. Let's have a quick listen. Good morning, Roshni.
There definitely should be a ban on pit bulls because people are using them for their monetary gain and making them into fierce animals.
All right. Thank you very much for that, Roshni. We really appreciate that. So I don't know if you heard what Roshni just said, that there should be a ban because people are using them for the wrong reasons and breeding them for the wrong reasons.
Yes, look, it's complicated. I personally believe we shouldn't be doing any form of purebred dogs because the term purebred, there's no such thing as a purebred dog. The actual term should be an inbred dog because you breed traits into animals which aren't there, and those traits are there to serve us. So whether they're cute, they're small, they fit in your handbag, or they're super aggressive, there are incredible organizations like Tears where you can adopt a dog that is alive, that's looking for a home, that is a mixed breed, that's going to live longer and be a part of your family longer, and that's the point of having a dog.
Let's have another listen to another voice note from Reston. Good morning, Reston.
Hi, good morning. My name is Renston Young. What I'm saying is that we should be trained and informed about raising pit bulls. Pit bulls should be in a category of bull bulls and Rottweilers. They should be categorized as, they should be in that bracket because nowadays we get people that just get pit bulls, they take it and they breed them, but they have no education.
So Reston, they're calling for the education of pet owners and pet enthusiasts regarding the categorization of certain pets or dogs into certain categories, as he said. But very interesting conversation that we're having right now. Keep those voice notes coming, 063-488 or 006-44483. There it is. The number's on the screen. Okay, you get it. It's just a very interesting topic that's got like my mind thinking in all kinds of different directions, but we'd love to hear from you. Keep those voice notes coming. And right now, let's hear from our panel along with Graham.
Well, two very balanced comments there, and it's easy to understand. I've still got Taryn and Kelly with me. It's a difficult one to broach, and we'll kind of paint this picture that we live in a world where there are more lions in captivity than there are in the wild. So we understand that this is a wild frontier when it comes to pets, but with dogs, we know the breeds, we have infrastructure, we've got behaviorists, we have an understanding of the space. So surely education should hold sway over a blanket ban. Taryn, why are you so against this notion of just banning a breed?
I don't think, first of all, just on a practical level, I don't think it would ever actually happen. We already have our law enforcement stretched really thin. It's very difficult to get them to act. So I don't think putting any huge restrictions in place is actually practically going to do anything. I do think that what is really needed is honesty and openness about the breed. I think there's a huge amount of denial about what the breed was selected for. They were selected to be fighting dogs. And that means that they have a behavior pattern that is inclined to want to grab, shake, and rip things to pieces. And if that is directed onto the wrong thing, that is hugely problematic. And I think people do not want to admit that genetics matter. And nobody would deny that a border collie enjoys stalking and chasing other animals. We have selected that into them so that they are good herders. We have dogs that point to show where animals are. We have dogs that flush animals out. We have dogs that retrieve.
We have dogs that bend, that can go into tunnels.
Yes, but when it comes to pit bulls, we have bred them to kill other dogs, and we have to stop pretending that that's not a reality. And only by understanding that and actually forcing rescue organizations to educate people who are wanting to adopt these dogs. They're not like every other dog, and we have to recognize what breed traits are and what it predisposes them to do. That is what really needs to happen.
Honesty, education, and the fortitude to follow through and actually maintain that relationship. It's a responsibility you take on your shoulders if you own a pit bull. You've got the most gorgeous, yes, she looks a little intimidating, but from what I garner, Pitbull Willow is just the most amazing companion to you. What's it taken to get her to that point? And how did you approach adopting a Pitbull? What was going through your mind? What were you expecting?
So having grown up with English Bull Terriers and Staffies, I'm really familiar with the sort of power breed. And the first thing I did was make sure that I adopted Willow from a reputable rescue organization who specializes in the breed, does all the necessary vetting and make sure that they're sending the dog to a home that is aware of the breed, understands their nature, and you know, is responsible in that way.
Yeah.
Honesty, exactly. And then the second thing was to train Willow. And funnily enough, I actually signed up for Taryn's puppy classes, and training Willow and socializing her is an ongoing process, and it will always be a part of our lives because, again, that prey drive that she instinctively has as a pit bull will always be there, and it's something that we're acutely aware of, and we need to manage that on a constant basis. And using positive reinforcements is the best way, in my opinion, to train an animal, because not only is it fun and entertaining for Willow and super rewarding for her, it helps us build a really strong and trusting bond with her. And that bond is what can help us, you know, protect the public and the dogs themselves.
Yeah, and protect the breed. And this is not just with pit bulls. There are other breeds that have similar kind of track records. Unfortunately, it's always the extreme sides of the conversation that garner all the headlines and the extreme stories. So once again, I have to reiterate, we are not detracting in any way from the losses experienced by people who have gone through this. It's absolutely awful. The ban might be a notion as the first step, but I can see practically it's not going to work in that sense. So in this essence of wanting to be honest and connect to the right people and spread the right kind of information, if we've got questions, if we are a pit bull owner who needs to enter into this journey, where do we go? Who do we speak to right now?
I think actually the Pitbull Federation of South Africa is a good place for pitbull owners to start. They've done a huge amount of education, and they are actually brutally honest about the breed. So, you know, they take a lot of flack because of the things that they say, because they will say to people that if you have a pit bull, you may need to have this dog separated from other animals in your home, that they can, live with limitations and restrictions on their lifestyle because they have to manage the dogs not to set them up to fail. So I think the Pitbull Federation is a good place to start, or otherwise any registered behaviorist and trainer. I think that's really so important. Unfortunately, our industry isn't regulated, so you'll get a lot of people who have no qualifications claiming to be trainers. So, Kelly mentioned positive reinforcement. So people who understand the emotional aspect of dogs, they understand how important it is to protect them emotionally and to develop a relationship of trust with animals. That is the sort of professional that you want to go to. And somebody who recognizes, again, genetic traits, what dogs were selectively bred for, so that they can really take that into account when dealing with the dog and doesn't just come up with platitudes like, oh, well, it's all how you raise them, or if you're just, the best kind of owner, everything's going to be fine. It's not that simple. It's complicated.
That chance. Yeah, I think it's the same thing if you own a snake. If you own any kind of dangerous animal, you've got to take into account that there are repercussions. All of this being said, our heart is certainly with those who have gone through any kind of loss in this space. We do really understand and feel your pain. Unfortunately, in this space, the culpability seems to rest solely on the shoulders of human owners, breeders and people within the underground rings breeding these dogs for that purpose now today, not on the part of the dogs. But please, if you're going to enter into this kind of long-term relationship with a pit bull, know the space, know the breed, know the dog, and have the right people around you to be able to manage that journey. Be proactive about socializing and having your dog trained by a registered specialist. You can learn and understand their breed and their behavior and know the space that you're playing in. And also make sure to leash and lock up your dog to avoid any potential tragedy. If that's within your property, you have responsibilities.
Defeat your mucus monster. Mucofizz. Loosen mucus and phlegm for clearer airways. Brought to you by Pharmacodynamics.
This festive season is about spreading love, joy, and care. So Panado wants to share a dose of care with someone close to you to the value of 2,000 Rand. Reply to the Expresso Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter pages. Nominate someone close to you who has shown great care in your life over the past year and who you think now deserves their own dose of care. The Expresso team will choose the most deserving winners. Don't forget to include hashtag Panado SA and hashtag a dose of care. Don't miss the Dose of Care Festive competition running from November the 14th to December the 7th on expressoshow.com. T's and C's apply.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. It's your Feel Good Breakfast Show. It's a Thursday morning. We're live, large and in charge on S3. And right now, we're talking all things local and lekker, right?
I know, we are. And we're going to take that to a completely whole new level because Graham caught up recently with the Rogz team on Bloberg Beach to find out about their latest pet apparel.
Let's find out what we can put on our furry pets this Christmas season, and especially in terms of their wish list, what they would like to see.
They have a wish list?
Yeah, didn't you know that?
Founded in 1995 by two very proudly South African gents. Funnily enough, on a beach just like this one, Rogz was one of the first pet companies in South Africa to provide really cool accessories and cool gear to both dogs and cats. Without compromising on safety or on quality, for 27 years now, they've had a proven track record in South Africa and now in 90 other countries worldwide.
Rogz's reputation as a specialist manufacturer of collars, leads and harnesses is unrivaled. And from the 1st of October 2022, Rogz's new AirTech range propelled it to another level as it launched in South Africa and Australia simultaneously.
Irene, 27 years ago, on a beach just like this one, the idea was born. Over this nearly 3-decade journey, you've picked up some major accolades. I know most recently a global award for brand domination in a space that, as I said, is very competitive. When you look back from where you started, those humble beginnings, to where you are now, do you ever think you would get to this point, to global domination?
Paul will remember, we thought it would be done in 2 years. So for us, it's a disappointment it took us 27. But 27 years later, well, obviously we're proud of what the brand has become, but really the brand is about much more than Paul and I. It is all the people. There are so many people behind the brand over the last 27 years, our customers, the people with their dogs. So it's always been a license for people to be real, to have fun, and that's what the brand is about. The accolades are good, the awards, because they create some visibility. The more important thing for us is what it actually means on the ground to people with their pets.
What is it all about? What sets you guys apart? What makes this brand so special?
Rogz has always stood for being real. And we've tried to attract people that are real and can be real and act real within our company, whether it's to surf or to dance or to fly or to walk your dog. You should be happy from wherever you come from in our company.
This product is making its mark. What was the inspiration? How did the AirTech come about?
Yeah, you know, in production and development there is some mishaps, and this was one of the mishaps. We wanted to stitch this for another product, which we wanted foam, but they added mesh, and that's how we discovered the AirTech material. We started thinking, what if we just add one layer of mesh in there and we can make some webbing, and we started developing the AirTech range.
So the AirTech material is extremely light, and the essential part of it is that it's still very strong. So normally dog gear is very heavy and thick and durable. This is also very durable, just very lightweight.
Well, just looking at the gear, it looks like comfort was paramount. Talk me through that process.
So we'll do initial prototypes that we also put through a testing lab. We've got tensile pull test machines, etc. We have UV exposure equipment to make sure that products don't degrade over time to a point where they can fail. And in addition to that, we have test pilots that we work with. These dogs have different characteristics, sizes, weights, and even the owners are very engaging. So we'll have their feedback and iterations happen from there up to a point where we're very glad with or happy with the product that we've made.
Local is lekker. It's not just about having a brand that makes South Africa look cool, but it's one that serves South Africa's interests. Anything that is driven out of passion, I'm behind 100%. But when a local company turns that lens inwards and cares as much about their own staff, about their community, about what's going on in their own market, that is lekker. And that's how South Africans do it. Very exciting range in the AirTech space. Please talk me through some of the products that jump off the page for you.
I think my favorite is the helium connector, where we've used a kite fitting that attaches a human to a kite, which is a tiny little fitting, and it's really incredibly strong and incredibly lightweight. And you get towed around by a kite, you can think that, you know, it would be perfectly capable of handling an animal. So that's probably my favorite item on this.
Okay, so the hands-free lead is especially, we added some functionality. The one is to have an elasticated bungee in the lead so you're comfortable when you're walking. But we also realize that people are now attached to their dogs. So they can't let the dog go. You can't just release the handle. So we've added something that we borrowed from the kiting industry. In kiting, you get attached to the kite, and there are times in an emergency you've got to let it go. So if the dog is pulling you and you feel like you're going to get pulled over, there's this little safety device that if you pull it, it just releases. And the idea with this concept, the same as kites, is you have to be able to let it go while it's under load, and it's an instantaneous release to let the dog run free, and you stay safe also. There's also an ultralight lead, which is like a really innovative lead, no metal components. We've borrowed a few items from the sporting industry, especially from kiting, some safety and lightweight items. Been a real pleasure of a project.
It's one thing to make your mark here in South Africa. It's an entirely different thing going global. Now in 90 different countries. How does it make you feel to see what you guys have created?
Well, it's pretty daunting, but all I can say is just one step at a time. You know, one country at a time, one little bit at a time. Everybody loves the story from Cape Town. Everybody loves what we've created in Cape Town. And it's been a massively fun journey.
I'm a big fan of the entrepreneurial journey, so getting to know the story behind Rogz, that's got me captivated. The fact that they've moved their operations back to South Africa, that they are creating jobs, we need to capitalize, and they're doing it in the most groundbreaking way. Oh, any day out with dogs, best day ever. Being on a setting like this with absolute superstars like this that are this well dressed, even better. All that's left for me today is just to make one little stop to pick up some Rogz for my pets. I've got to get the ultimate patented outdoor adventure gear a dog, and yes, an owner can get.
That's pretty cool. And some very cool accessories for the dogs as well.
I love Rogz, actually.
Yeah?
I've bought quite a few Rogz products. They're like robust and they're like top of the range.
Stylish as well.
No, I really like that.
Like the detailing on it. Okay, well, dog owners, pet owners out there you have it. You might want to put that on your pet's Christmas wish list. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back.
Yes, you can aim for those A+ results with expert exam tips on Expresso, plus the physical energy and mental vitality you get from BioPlus. And the time is now with a chance to win a study hamper to the value of 2,000 Rand. To enter, catch those valuable tips and tricks on Expresso, then answer the BioPlus competition question on Expresso's Facebook, Twitter or Instagram pages using the hashtag BioPlusExam.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. It's a Thursday morning. We're live, large and in charge on S3 with Expresso. Now, he's been in the industry as a comedian for over 2 decades now, and he's now unofficially and officially recognized as the leading Xhosa-speaking Jewish leg spinner turned comedian of Lithuanian descent. It is Nick Rabinowitz, ladies and gentlemen. He's here in the studio. Yes, woo! In the background there. You're right to do that. Come on.
Thank you.
More
Thank
woos.
you.
More woos. Woo. The hilarious Cape Town-born comedian, actor and writer is joining us this morning to chat about his latest show, Unmuted. You might have seen some of the posters while driving along the highway here in the southern suburbs of Cape Town. And to talk all things post-pandemic, and it's great to always see you, Nick. I'm always, whenever I see you, I wonder what's going on in Nick's mind right now. How are you?
Right now?
Yeah, right now.
I'm thinking that I should go and listen back to the show before I do it tonight.
Because tonight's night one.
Tonight is night one.
Yes.
And I'm also thinking, it's nice to see you. I haven't seen you for a long time.
Yeah, last time I saw you, we were playing cricket against each other.
Oh, that was...
Right? That was a while ago.
That was intense.
Yeah, and you beat us.
We did.
You were absolutely phenomenal.
And there was a look of devastation in your eyes.
Did you recognize
it? Pretended it wasn't there.
Well, the cameras is like, yeah. Oh, thanks. Well done.
Thanks, well played.
You know, I was like,
Seven guests in Ghana Health.
No, you guys are a phenomenal team, and you and your phenomenal team that you've been working with as well, bringing about a new show tonight at the Baxter, isn't it?
It's at the Baxter Theatre, yeah.
17th, 18th, 19th, and it's called Unmuted.
It's called Unmuted.
Let's talk about the show a little bit.
Well, do you want to? Because it could bring up PTSD from the pandemic, which is, I think, actually how I processed all my trauma.
Yeah?
I just wrote a show.
And what was kind of the biggest motivating factor? Was it being away from the circuit? Because a lot of comedians talk about having to perform in front of camera on those, hey, come and host this thing for us, and then you have to tell your jokes to a camera. You don't have the live interaction. Did that
I think it was wanting to get back and do something new.
Yeah.
Because you can stagnate and feel stale as a comic, but also wanting to process what happened. Like, for myself, we went through all the stuff. There was so much content. I was writing things down, but without an avenue to actually express them.
Absolutely.
To unmute myself, so to speak. And this is it.
Yeah. How did the pandemic affect your family life? I mean, you're a dad of 3, right?
Yes.
And did you find yourself a bit more kind of like, obviously, you the living quarters, you're there at home a lot more.
Yeah.
Not on the road as much. How's that been going?
Well, you had a small child who's now a big child during lockdown.
This is true.
My youngest was 3 during lockdown, so it was kind of Groundhog Day, wasn't it?
Yeah,
With small children. It was like, can I watch Peppa Pig? But you just watch Peppa Pig. Can I have a treat? You've had 5 treats. Can I watch some more? You've had enough screen time. I remember once saying to her, you can have more screen time tomorrow. And she said, it is tomorrow today! And then from outside I heard, shut up! Which was weird because I thought, that's either my wife, the neighbors, or they've invited Peggy Taylor over for a bride. Shut up! Shut up! Shut up! But it turned out to actually be the neighbor.
Who just had enough of you and your children just
arguing about it. And then I was like upset with the neighbor, but then I realized actually my kids had shut up. So I took them the next day, 3 bottles of wine. And then the day after, I looked on the internet and I was irritated because those 3 bottles of wine had a street value of approximately 1.2 million Rand.
Just lost opportunities.
Yeah.
Blame it on the kids.
But there's so much we've actually forgotten from that time as well.
What do you remember most fondly?
I remember most fondly standing in Woolworths and the woman in front of me being on her phone saying, my Coke dealer can hook you up with a case of Chardonnay.
What?
Premium grade, top notch. A roast chicken? No, that's illegal. Can't get you that.
Clearly you hang around different kinds of...
Also, we've forgotten like the other stuff that happened. We had an earthquake in Cape Town in 2020.
This is also true, but that kind of seems to have drifted by the wayside in the wake of...
People in Blouberg were on Twitter going, Yarram shook. And then Obecha. Port Elizabeth changed its name, remember that?
Yes, exactly. That was a
Also
big,
in
that was a big,
2020.
especially to all the people who are doing weather forecasts.
Oh, the weather forecasts were like, oh my God, how much more oppression must we you know we can't make that sound. Q burger. And that was just the Model C, Kosa speaking weather forecasters.
So the show's going to be amazing. It starts off tonight for the next 3 nights, and you'll be talking about everything that you've gone through, everything that we've collectively gone through, and hopefully finding a point of relation, yeah?
Hopefully, yeah.
Unmuted.
I think so. Unmuted.
Why the name Unmuted, by the way?
Well, it was a reference to having to do Zoom shows in the beginning.
Right.
And nobody knowing what the hell was going on. Hello? I remember doing these bingo nights for old Jewish people. Hello, Rabbi, can you hear? I don't know where the unmute button. Where's the unmute button? I don't know what's... Cheryl?
Check it out tonight. Nick Rabinowitz on stage, Unmuted at the Baxter from the 17th to the 19th of November. Great to see you, Nick.
Very important day today. Our broadcaster, the SABC, unveils their new streaming service called SABC Plus. It is going to bring top content direct to you, and right now we're going to get the inside story.
Thank you so much, G. And we're coming at you live right now from Johannesburg. And there's so much excitement in the air. We're talking about a brand new service that is coming through from our broadcaster, SABC. Now, it's guaranteed and it's promised to be exceptional. But I'm here with the Group Chief Executive Officer. It's Mr. Madoda Mnakwe. He's going to tell us more about this excitement and this epic servicing. So let's get straight into it. Firstly, how are you doing?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I'm so good, so excited.
Excellent.
Obviously, it's great to chat to you.
Yes.
But let's jump straight into this. This service is going to definitely be a game changer, right? Why so?
A massive one. I think this is a long-awaited OTT platform for the SABC. It will really carry a variety of local and international content. We'll have all our 19 radio stations on it, 3 free-to-air channels, our SABC Sports, as well as the SABC News channel that is 24/7. But importantly, you'll also have all of these pop-up radio channels as well as television channels. Really, at the heart of it, it's twofold. One is to make sure that we provide compelling content and align with universal access, where our content is available anywhere, everywhere, for everyone. But secondly, which is very key for me, you know that the audiences are migrating from your traditional TV and radio platforms more to digital. And in an effort to ensure that we can increase our audience ratings, we want to ensure that we are there. But the second point is that advertisers and clients, they are actually spending close to about 30–40% of their total budget towards digital.
Oh, wow.
And we now want to ensure that from a revenue point of view, we can follow and transition with them.
This transition, I can't tell you, has come at such a perfect timing because literally 3 days away from one of the biggest events of the year in sport, we're talking about the World Cup. And I believe the streaming service is going to be broadcasting 29 of these games amongst some other epic content. Talk to me more about this and how you secured this, because this is huge, this is exciting.
It is amazing. I mean, for us, we're positioning ourselves as a multi-platform, multi-device content provider. And by introducing this new app streaming platform is to ensure that all our audiences can be able to access all of the 29 games that we have. It's going to be very exciting, and really at the heart of it is compelling and entertaining content.
Oh, so I'm excited, clearly you can tell, and I see the atmosphere around us is also much the same. So more importantly, for everybody that's dying to get their hands on this app and download it, where can they do that? How can they download it, and how do they get their hands on it?
It's easy. Go to our website, you go to SABC Plus, and that's really where you're going to see the variety of the content offering we have.
All right, SABCplus.com, that's where you can have it, Mzansi. Maybe a personal question to you, because obviously this is not just something that just happened or you stumbled upon it. You've been working for a couple of years, and I believe this was meant to potentially be launched last year. Obviously, COVID caused some chaos to say a few things. But how excited are you personally to see this actually come to fruition?
Extremely. I think for us as an organization, it gives us more agility. We become more relevant, more competitive. And very importantly, we're actually following the audience in a digital platform that we would not ordinarily have had in our traditional platforms.
Mr. Mnakwe, I can't thank you enough for being a part of this and bringing this to life. I think everybody at home is excited for this. So, Mzansi, you have every reason to download this app right now. It is going to definitely be a game changer. And for you, sir, you're looking exceptional today, so I'm going to leave you in the hands of everybody else. Everyone's a piece of your time. So, again, thank you this morning. And you, Mzansi, we'll see you later as we dive more into all this excitement and find out about SABC Plus. See you soon.
Yeah, plus indeed. The boss is looking like the boss this morning. Great one, Raul. We're going to find out more about this incredible new quantum leap forward. It's what the market demands, and we're going to bring you more on the other side of this.
The number of times you're going to hit snooze. How many excuses you're going to make. And the amount of obstacles that are going to stand in your way.
0.
That's also the amount of sugar in the new Energade Zero sports drink. With zero compromise on taste and performance. Step up your game with new Energade Zero. It's what you put in.
This week on Tropica Island of Treasure All-Stars.
Welcome to our final long life ceremony.
They don't have a clue what's on the way.
I'm ready for it.
The love triangle excluded the other teams. Nou wil hulle ewe skielik ons deel maak daarvan.
Maar wat gebeur van die een hand was die ander hand?
Ons baie drama.
Stay smooth with Tropica Island of Treasure All-Stars this Saturday evening at 6:30. Repeat Monday night at 9 on S3.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Just wondering when they added spice to Tropica. It's got the spicy flavor now. Ooh, we love it. Well, speaking of the All-Stars and this incredible lineup on the SABC, we're going to continue to celebrate and highlight the achievements of the SABC right now.
Absolutely. Summer is here with fresh and exciting new content offerings from SABC 1, 2 and S3 at your fingertips. There's no reason to be bored this festive season. In fact, Tabiso joined the team in Johannesburg at the SABC VE Summer Content Showcase to see What's in store for all of us this December?
Mzansi, it's a brand new season. Get ready for summer. And in fact, we are getting ready for summer in the only way we know how to, a showcase of exciting, dynamic, and the most inspiring content by SABC 1, SABC 2, and S3, as the SABC's entertainment division showcases 3 brand new campaigns to get you ready for the summer. The summer campaign really is all about stepping out and exploring and loving and chilling with the summer vibe. What are you trying to do with this campaign?
We are owning summer. SABC 1 is rooted in the youth, and we reflect in where the youth is. Right? So see on, we switched on, where are we going, what's happening, the content is aligned to that, see on. SABC 2, we family. I know New Year's Eve, I like being with my kids, we want to cross over the year, so come blom with us, we're going to have that celebration on SABC 2. S3, we're very conscious about our planet, but we want to celebrate as well. So explore summer, hashtag SABCVE Summer Ready.
We are so grateful for this day. It's a beautiful day. It's really nice to mingle with people face to face, with the media, but more importantly, to be out there with the SABC brand.
The World Cup is coming up. It is all the talk and all of the hype because we know that the SABC is the official broadcast partner. Thank you for bringing that to us. What's most exciting about this for you?
There's a lot that's exciting. 20th of November, we start 28 games, will be covered live. And because the distribution of the sport channel today is limited to DTT and OVHD and some digital platforms, we're also going to simulcast the games on SABC 1, SABC 2, and SABC 3.
Well, there's no doubt about it. SABC 1 has you on lock this summer with a very exciting campaign, See On. Basically, they want you to be on and in with the vibes. Tuli is the head of channel for SABC 1. It's a big time for you. What does See On mean for your audience?
See On with the youth. See On with their entertainment needs. See On with their content needs. We are with them. So see On this summer.
You're bringing out a whole range of new programs, some exciting ones. Reality shows are growing in the most magnificent way. We're seeing some dating shows in the mix as well. What else can the viewers of SABC 1 look forward to?
So we have a travel log, Ikaslami, where we go with our celebrities, also people who've made strides in their specific careers. So we're looking at that, glorifying our townships where we come from. We also have dramas, Good Men, which is our flagship drama currently. I urge everyone to watch it. We also have reality formats. There's a horror show that is coming through in February. We also have, there's a lot. I can go on for days and days, but please do be on SABC 1 in prime time. We are sure to entertain you every day.
We really are opening up and exploring summer in the most beautiful way with S3. And if anyone is ready for this season, it's S3. Pat van Heerden is the head of channel and telling us more about what we can look forward to and expect from this exciting time of the year.
Well, it's summer, and we've also got a whole series of portraits for you, but really what the portraits are saying is break out of your frame. Have new experiences this summer, meet new people, think new things. Get out of your frame. We have a whole lot of great programs, including natural history programs, blue chip, beautiful programs on a Sunday evening. And we have Zac Efron, which is a series in which he cooks sustainably and goes and looks at how can you live a sustainable life. We have Spider-Man, and then we have the Vampire series. I think the most important thing that we can do for South African society is really get people to have a dialogue about their differences and to open up, to step out of their frames and use dialogue rather than rage or difference as a way of separating. And that's really what all our programming is about. Even the teenage pregnancy one, it's about, let's have a conversation about this. Why are women shamed when they're the person that's bearing the child? It's opening up to that conversation.
Well, and there you have it, Mzansi. The mood is set. The tone is set. Open up to a world of inspiring, educational, and entertaining. Entertainment brought to you by the SABC, your home of entertainment. Hashtag SABC1, see on. Hashtag SABC2, come blom with us. And hashtag 3, explore summer.
Very, very exciting stuff all across SABC, man. Oh, loving it, eh?
For me, it's the representation. It's the faces. It's the places. It's seeing the country where it's at right now. Not a representation of where we've been or where we've come from or where we're going, but who we are right now. Yeah. That gets me inspired. I love that,
Loving it, yeah. Speaking of which, we've got another opportunity to connect with the broader SABC family right now via Ryle, who happens to be all the way in Johannesburg. What's up, Demone?
Thank you so much, G and Kat. I wish you were here right now because the excitement is immense. So we're talking about the new streaming service by SABC called SABC Plus, which officially has just launched. Now, on top of that, the excitement gets even realer because in the next 3 days, obviously, the FIFA World Cup is taking place and you can find all of the action right on your SABC Plus platform. But here to talk more about it, of course, is the group's chief executive for technology. It's Mr. Lungile Binza. Of course, this man is special. He's looking good. He's ready for TV. But how are you doing this morning?
I'm all right, Riley, man. I'm all right. How you doing? How is everybody at home? Is everybody good?
Everybody at the studio is good. They're excited to find out more about this. But I want to hear about SABC's perspective on this because as exciting as this is, what does this mean for SABC? Is this somewhat of a transformation of the company?
More than a transformation of the company. It's actually, digital transformation of the company. The SABC is 86 years old, and this is actually now fully proofing the SABC to the future. And all the digital technologies that everybody has been talking about and they've been, asking us to put together, we have now put together. The OTT platform, or SABC Plus, as we call it, is our utopian, platform. That's what we've been looking for.
A utopian platform. I love how you word that. Whenever you speak, it's like poetry, and I think there's a reason why you're involved in the position you are. But speaking on top of that, I mean, this, as exciting as it is, this must be part of a bigger strategy for SABC. I mean, we literally, it feels like living in the future, as you mentioned it. So where's SABC heading? I mean, what's the strategy going forward?
Look, this is the platform that we've been craving for quite a while, and it's actually that digital platform that we've been looking for. It's we can use a word, and I don't like it. It's a cliche. It's a one-stop shop. You're looking for your radio station, you will find it there. You're looking for your television station, you will find it there. And then, but from a digital perspective, which is our strategy, we've always said we want to do away with analog, and we're doing away with analog. And then we need to build our own digital products, and this is one of them. And then we've always wanted to build our own DTH platform, which is our own box that is a satellite box, and we're busy doing that. Those are the three major strategies that we're busy pursuing. And the first two are close to, in fact, this one has been achieved. And then analog, remember, we're dependent on the department as well and Centec. And then the DTH platform as well is something that's going to be coming up very soon. That means where you can have your own SABC, decoder at home, unlike, the one that you're paying for currently.
All right. And our shoulders just can't stop dancing. It's almost like I need to celebrate, man. This is so exciting. Look, on top of that, there's an epic sort of, let's say, a campaign that's being run, right? And you've got this saying called everywhere for everyone, always, right? Which I absolutely love. But can you elaborate more on this? What does it mean?
Look, I mean, I studied in Cape Town. My mother is from Cape Town.
Yeah.
And when I was in Cape Town, I couldn't listen to any of the, let's say, northern radio stations like Pala Pala, which are vendor, radio stations, or Lesedi, or any of those. Right now, when you're sitting anywhere, you'll be able to listen to those. And in the Western Cape or in the Eastern Cape, where I grew up, you will find that, you can only watch SABC 1. And you'll find, you start moving inland into the country, you start to see SABC 2 and then S3. And then you're like, oh, okay, no, this must just come to an end. Wherever you are, whatever you're looking for, you'll be able to find it in the tip of an app, in your own palm of, in your hand. And it's going to be stunning. It's awesome.
Mr. Binza, thank you so much for sharing this morning. It's given us even more excitement. And for you, Mzansi, there's every reason to download this app right now. You can find it online, of course, and on some of the app stores that you can find on both iOS and the Play Store. But, I mean, look at this. This is every reason to get it. It's like a one-stop shop for everything when it comes to entertainment, and it's all packaged in one house. I mean, come on. We've been waiting for this. Yes. So get to it right now. And because we are going to be heading into a break, I want you to stay where you are because we've got a live performance coming at you that is going to absolutely scintillate. We'll see you later.
Awesome. Awesome.
Thank you, sir.
A bank that lets me run my farm from the sky.
Seriously?
Yeah, seriously.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
South Africans, you are not ready. It's Byron Mckeith with Yesterday by the Beatles.
Yesterday, all my troubles seem so far away. Now it looks as though they're here to stay. Oh, I believe in yesterday. Suddenly, I'm not half the man I used to be. There's a shadow hanging over me. Oh, yesterday came suddenly. Why she had to go, I don't know. She wouldn't say. I said something wrong. Now I long for yesterday. Oh, yesterday. Love was such an easy game to play. Now I need a place to hide away. Oh, I believe in yesterday. Why she had to go, I don't know. She wouldn't say. I said something wrong. Now I long for yesterday. Oh, yesterday. Love was such an easy game to play. Now I need a place to hide away. Oh, I believed in yesterday.
Wow.
Absolutely stunning, Byron McKay. Thank you so much for that wonderful sound. Hopefully you enjoyed it as well. And also a big thanks to everyone who's been joining in on the show, especially our friend Ryle De Mornay all the way out in Johannesburg, doing the things.
Loving it. Yeah, man. Such a brave new step by the SABC. We cannot wait to be a part of this incredible new lineup. Buddy, thanks for joining us today.
Did you enjoy it?
Yeah, it was great. I hope you guys were energized.
Was it the best show ever?
Well, that's up to the viewers. But yes, I would say it was. This is the best episode of Expresso.
That kid was the best performer we've had in a long time. Absolutely amazing, Brian. Thank you so much for joining us, guys. Some hot topics this morning, some contentious ones, and of course, heading into the World Cup, lots to talk about. We'll be doing all of that again tomorrow morning. Never forget, we love you. Adios.
Have a good day. Bye-bye.
So weird.
Enjoy it on the stoep, under the trees, or with a picnic basket, wherever you please. Here's to a mouth-watering summer made with love by Clover.
Another feel-good production.